Hello and welcome to Fireheart for Vaesen. This is the one of the mysteries from the book Seasons of Mystery, which contains, I believe it's four. I've got the book in front of me. Four different mysteries, and I looked through, and this was the one that really resonated with me. Yeah, four mysteries. This is the one that I thought, oh, I gotta run this one. This one looks great. So this will take place after the events of the Lost Mountain saga, and so we've got most of the party from the Lost Mountain saga, but with some differences. Now, we had two deaths. Freya and Nigel both passed away at the end of Lost Mountain saga, so they have been replaced. We've got Jack Leary, who is replacing Nigel, and we have Morgan Noct, who is replacing Freya. So, Luke, why don't you tell us a little bit about Jack Leary, and then when you're done, Alex, if you want to tell us just a little about Morgan Noct, maybe how you guys came to the castle and joined with the society, and maybe you've been there all along and just didn't really go out on adventures with us, or maybe you're new. I'll let you guys decide that. So, Luke, if you want to start, I'll let you get us started introducing Jack Leary.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's probably a little easier for Jack Leary because he at some point along the way got picked up by Lord Montgomery, so like he's just been tagging along with him as the new servant. If you know anything about Jack Leary, he just seems like quite a cockney, like a real brat. He's not Nigel's social equal by any means, but he's quite strong. He says he's 17. You almost doubt it, but he is physically quite a powerful force.
Now, are you in the employ of Lord Montgomery, like Nigel was?
Obviously, that's quite up to him, but
Yeah.
in some way, I like to think he took him in, or in whatever fashion.
Yeah. And how is your relationship with Lord Montgomery different from how Nigel's was, if it is different at all? Is it like loyalty differences, or because Nigel was, I mean, basically accepted a duel on the behalf of Lord Montgomery? Is that something that we think? And if the answer is no, and you don't want to tell us, you don't have to say no. But does he seem as loyal to Montgomery as Nigel was?
No, no, yeah, that's a good question. I think Montgomery would know more about this than anybody, but like for whatever reason, Jack Leary seems deeply, deeply loyal to Lord Montgomery, almost like it serves him to be loyal to him. He would accept a duel in a heartbeat.
Excellent. He would probably start the duel. Morgan, how about you?
Yeah, Morgan is a private investigator, but when she was going to school, she was a student of Freya's, which RIP.
Yes.
And I think probably was a pretty good student and, like, fairly close. Morgan got the site from a run-in with a werewolf.
Now that's
And
similar to Freya, correct?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think Freya's a giant?
Oh yes, yes, yes. Hers was a giant.
Yeah.
Yep. Never
Okay.
mind. Never mind.
There was a werewolf in that campaign. That
I think
was
that's
fun.
what I'm remembering. Yes.
Yes. Was it the same one? We don't know. But yeah, she came face to face with a werewolf, and I think probably her and Freya somehow found out that they both could see that. But yeah, she was definitely impacted by Freya's death. And now she is just um probably the person in town who people go to when like weird stuff happens and they don't really know what to do. So she's like the monster private eye, unofficially.
Excellent. Now we find ourselves at the castle, and this is in Uppsala. This is where the society is headquartered. It is late summer, and the deep velvet nights are hot. The kingdom is in crisis. Severe heat waves, especially in the south, have triggered droughts and crop failures, followed by misery and hunger. Begging and thievery is on the rise, and thousands upon thousands have emigrated to America, hoping for a better life there. Suddenly, there's a knock on the heavy front door. And our butler, Algo Frisk, he answers the door, and a bearded postman in a strict uniform hands over an envelope sealed with wax before he turns on his heel and leaves. And by the light of kerosene lamps, you read this letter. And let me post it for us. I will also make it visible in the journals. And let me cut and paste the text of it as well into the chat. To whom it may concern, my name is Alfred Harenstam, from Harid Parish in Smolandia. I turn to your esteemed society as I see no other solution to my current predicament. It concerns my dear brother and best friend, August. All my life he has been very close to me, and together we founded the Harid Ironworks by the shore of Lake Haren. Our workers scraped up the iron ore from the bottom of the lake, and in the blast furnace we smelted it into ingots. As you have no doubt heard, Smolandia is these days ravaged by drought, crop failure, and poverty. Our beloved parents could not cope with this ordeal, and they both expired a week ago. I buried them yesterday, and I write these lines in the light of a single candle on our family farm. My dear late mother was interested in the supernatural, and she is the one from whom I learned of your society. I see no alternative but to leave these God-forsaken lands and seek my fortune in America, like so many before me. But I cannot do so without my brother August, who still runs the ironworks. He has cast me out and threatened to kill me if I ever return. August is in the grip of madness. A she-devil, in the guise of a preacher, has twisted his mind. This woman, Beata Gideon's daughter, presents herself as a proclaimer of God's word. But I suspect that she is in fact a servant of Lucifer himself. I ask that you come to our family farm in Harid at the earliest opportunity to smoke out this evil and save my brother's soul. Most respectfully, Alfred Harenstam. Now, when you read this, you're likely unfamiliar with Smolandia, with the lands to the south. So we'll have an opportunity to do some researching. This is also where we do our preparations to gain our bonus, our advantage. So again, you'll choose a skill and kind of tell me how over the next day or two you're practicing that skill or picking up some equipment, something that would help you to gain a +2 die roll bonus on any one roll on that skill in this adventure. But as a private detective, I think Morgan, maybe give us the first roll, a learning roll. You would undoubtedly want to research both this area, this town, the area of Smolandia, this Lake Haren, the town of Harid, and see what you could find. So I think a learning roll would be appropriate.
All right.
Do you want to push that?
Oh my gosh, already.
You don't have to. It'll cost you a condition.
Yeah. No, I won't push this early. We'll wait.
Okay. What about the rest of you? do any of you want to do any research on this information you've been given, or you can just tell me the advantages that you're seeking? Why don't we start with Lord Montgomery?
Oh, yes, I think I shall send a telegraph ahead. Surely I know some contacts in this foreign country. Yes, certainly.
And you have a talent that means you have contacts, correct?
Yes, indeed.
The contact you have is with someone that was once in Harid Parish. In fact, they owned an ironworks not far from there, but it wasn't part of the same local area. But you would know someone that was near that area, and sending that telegram, you get a reply, and the reply is that the Harid Ironworks, the ones that Alfred is talking about, it was founded about 10 years ago by the Herenstam brothers, whose last name used to be Anderson. And he says they seem like good boys, loyal to their parents, but the older brother, August, lately he's been pushing his workers to the limits, seeking more and more iron. What do you want to take for your advantage?
Yes, this will certainly prove useful should I need to engage in a battle of words with this gentleman. I shall use this to my advantage when it comes to manipulation.
Perfect. So the Herenstam brothers' last name, I'm going to put this in the chat, last name used to be Anderson. I spelled Herenstam wrong. Should be an S in there. What about Jack? Do you know what you are going to do? Any investigating you want to do now, or you can just tell me how you work on your advantage?
Yeah, I think Jack's not really an investigator, but being probably like the first time in a foreign land, journey with his new master, he probably would be more vigilant, I think. Just, I don't know if you can really study vigilance, but just being more vigilant, really being aware.
Yeah, I think you make a note to be mindful of this new area and watch out for any troubles that may come to Lord Montgomery. So I think just putting that in your mind, you tend to focus on that. What about for Morgan?
Well, I think so she tried to learn a bit about where they're going, and that didn't work out. So I think she is going to spend her time, instead of like looking through books with the learning, just kind of like putting out feelers to like her contacts and seeing if anyone has any interesting information that could come in handy later.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we'll put extra points in manipulation, maybe?
Perfect. And how about, last but not least, we've got our beloved Father Bartholomeus Rosenkrantz. In fact, I didn't have you explain. I'm sorry, your character didn't die, but you're bringing in a new character. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Father Bartholomew Rosenkrantz, who is replacing Ilsa, who decided to go and live in the woods, correct? After the Lost Mountain Saga?
Oh, yeah.
So tell us, how did Father Rosenkrantz join up with the society?
Okay, well, he is a priest, and he got the sight when he performed a fake miracle, which angered Vaesen, and now he thinks that he's being haunted by this Vaesen, so he's mainly here to cleanse himself and also the world of these Vaesen who he thinks are evil spirits.
So do you think all Vaesen are evil spirits?
He does think that, yes.
Okay. What do you do with your time before the journey?
I want to look more into this preacher woman.
Okay.
Beata Gideon's daughter.
Give me a learning roll as you use your priestly connections. In fact, you can add a bonus of 1 die to that. Since she's in the club.
Thanks.
Excellent. Wow. With 3 successes, you're going to learn a few extra bits of business. So the first thing is you're looking up Beata Gideon's daughter. You know that she came to the clergy after an evangelist went to the farm where she grew up, and her life was changed forever. She found the preacher's impassioned speeches about a personal relationship with God and his condemnation of the ossified church utterly irresistible. As soon as she was old enough, she ran away from home and traveled to Smolandia to preach the word of God. And a few years ago, she went to the Horrid Ironworks to try and convert the workers, and she has been there ever since. The Harenstam brothers indulged her. Her sermons were highly popular and attracted more laborers to the ironworks. She is... there's a quote in here that is from one of her sermons, and it says, "Just as the weeds are collected and burned up with fire, so will it be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will collect out of his kingdom all causes of sin and evildoers, and they will throw them into the furnace of fire, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." So clearly she is very enthusiastic about what she's doing. In your studies, as you're looking at kind of the history of the area where she's from and where she's going, you find an excerpt in a book called Myths and Folk Tales of Smolandia. And I will post this. Let's see if I can get it to post. There we go. And it says, in the woods south of the town of Njostjo lies Lake Haren. Local elders speak of this black lake with reverence. Legend has it that a ferocious beast roamed these parts hundreds of years ago, and that the villagers banded together to slay the monster. In the terrible battle that followed, the army drove the beast back into its cave, and a mighty sorceress called down a rainstorm of such magnitude that it flooded the entire valley and submerged the cave. The lake that formed was named Haren, meaning the army in the local tongue, in honor of the brave warriors who died fighting the beast. And learning that Haren means the army in the local tongue, you would know that Harenstam, the name of August and Alfred, Harenstam means stemming from Haren, so from that area. However, you also know that they are lying, that their real last name is Anderson, so maybe this is just a ploy to get the locals on their side. What are you taking for your advantage?
I'll do investigation.
Perfect. Oh, and I see Tina has joined.
I have. I'm so sorry,
Oh,
everybody.
no. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We had just barely started. We have just gotten a letter, and now we're making some preparations. I have made the letter. It should be, the details of it should be in the chat. I will send you a copy of the letter as well, just so you can see it. And then,
I've got it.
Oh, you've got it? Perfect.
Yep.
And then we can do some preparating. So sorry, for Father Bartholomew, what was your advantage?
Investigation.
Investigation, so you get a +2 on that. And Dagmar, you are a few years older since the events of the Lost Mountain saga. You have now chosen the profession of a physician, if I am not mistaken. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how the past few years have been for Dagmar, and then how do you spend your time preparing before we embark on a journey to Smolandia?
Dagmar has taken to becoming the healer for all the street people. She also spends time in the asylum because she understands seeing things that could make you go mad. She's not nimble anymore as she once was. She walks with a limp. She rasps a little bit when she talks, and there's a lot less childishness about her than there was before, but you can still catch her having a play with her terrier Blix, who is a little bit white around the muzzle now, but still quite feisty. And she takes Blix with her when she does her rounds because she will pop him on people's lap, as she understands fully that pet therapy is very good for you. And I'm not quite sure how she's going to prepare because I just need to read the letter. So if somebody else can still do that, that would be great.
I'll tell you what, you're the last one to prepare, so I will just kind of get us started on the journey, and whenever you have decided what you want to do, just let us know.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, so the journey from Uppsala is long, and it goes by stagecoach, through the darkness of the Kolmarden forest and across the windswept East Gothland plains, before you reach the forests and mountains of Smolandia. And I think I have a map. So again, we are headed down to kind of the bottom center, the Horrid Ironworks, down here. The further south you go, the hotter it becomes. And as you leave the cool air of Lake Vattern behind you and continue on into the depths of Smolandia, the temperature rises to almost unbearable levels. And the effects of this heat wave are evident along the road. The trees are brown and shriveled, the fields are burnt to a crisp, flies are buzzing around carcasses in the fields, and farms are empty and abandoned since their owners have left for the hope of a better life in America. The exhausted stagecoach horses are panting and snorting their way up the hill, driven on by the coachman's steady whip. After several days of tiring travel, you finally reach the Horrid Parish, an unremarkable group of farms in the middle of nowhere. I have a close-up map of the parish. There we go. The heat is scorching, even though the sun has gone down behind the trees and there is not a soul in sight. A signpost shows the way to the Harenstam family farm, which is right up here, just north of the Horrid Bog. There is a thin, dark-haired man with a lantern in hand on the doorway as you approach the farm residence. This is Alfred Harenstam, who lets you in right away. And I have a picture of Alfred. He lets you in right away and thanks you for getting here so quickly. There are kerosene lamps that cast a dim light over the Spartan furnishings in this homestead. There's no fire burning in the fireplace. It is far too hot for that. He offers you each a glass of brandy, the last drops from a dusty bottle, and tells you his story. The Horrid Ironworks, where my brother August lives, is only a few kilometers away, he says, near the shores of Lake Haren. The iron ore is scraped up from the bottom of the lake by the ironworks ore boys, and then smelted into ingots in the blast furnace. My brother August, he runs the ironworks. He was always a good-natured soul, but has lately become obsessed with wealth and drives his workers very hard. The foreman of the ironworks, known only as Swine, he's a dangerous and brutal man. There's also an evangelist named Beata. I suspect that she is the one that has twisted my brother's mind. What I ask of you, and if you would indulge me, is to visit the ironworks, find out what is going on, and do whatever you can to make my brother see reason. He, from an early age, has kept a diary, and perhaps the answers that I seek might be in that diary. If you could retrieve that, I would be ever so grateful. But above all, bring my brother back to me. Get him out of the clutches of that woman. I must warn you that my brother is a very suspicious person. He does not gladly let strangers onto the premises. In fact, I myself am forbidden to return there. He sent me away and told me not to return. But however you want to get there, to bluff, sneak, or even fight your way inside, it's up to you. One thing I can help you with is that tomorrow night there's a revival meeting in the workers' quarters. Beata Gideon's daughter will do one of her sermons, get everyone fired up and cause more trouble. These meetings often attract outsiders, and I think this is a good opportunity to visit the ironworks without attracting attention. Can you help me?
Oh, yes, certainly, old boy. We shall give it a go, yes.
Well, that's all I ask. Just give it, as you say, a go. And, yes, young lady, and he points to Dagmar. You wish to speak?
I think Dagmar, for her research before she came, was probably looking to see if she can find in the medical journals and things any, not that reading is her great skill, but anything to do with, Vaesen sending people mad. She has experienced people who were sent mad by Vaesen, so I think that would be her research. Can she come across a Vaesen that is known for taking control of people's minds, for instance?
Give me an investigation roll.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yep.
Do you want to push that and take a mental condition?
No, not at this point. But I will take the +2 to inspiration.
Perfect.
So she can use that, perhaps her experience in healing people who are having mental conditions at some point.
Absolutely.
She says to
Alfred.
I'm making notes, I'm going backwards and forwards. She says to Alfred, you say in your letter that August has gone mad. Can you tell us a little more of that? How does this, aside from throwing you out, which seems very extreme if he is both your brother and your best friend, why do you feel that he has been sent mad? What is he doing?
I think it's this woman, this Gideon's daughter. I think she is filling his head with her nonsense. It's all fire and brimstone with her, and I think perhaps he feels that his successes there at the ironworks are due to her influence. But I think that his downfall is due to her influence. I think she is driving him mad. He's cast away his own brother. He won't allow me to go and visit him. He did not even come when I told him that our parents had passed away. I buried my mother and father just days ago, and he had no interest in coming out to pay respects. Clearly he's under the spell of this woman.
It certainly sounds like it. I had wanted to ask whether he was, whether it had been just since your parents had passed away.
No, it's been longer than that.
What was the cause of them to die so close together? I appreciate this may be a painful topic for you.
Give me a manipulation roll as you delicately ask him this. Oof.
Oh.
Do you want to push that?
Nope.
He says, well, it was age on my father's part and a broken heart on my mother's part. She lingered for just a few hours after my father had passed away. I don't think she could bear to live without him after she had lost August. It was all I could do to comfort her as she took her last breaths. And you can see his lower lip begin to tremble as he fights off the emotional impact of recalling those very painful memories.
Is this the truth?
You could give me a vigilance roll.
Okay. I feel like Morgan approaches people very skeptically, so let's... Aha.
Does.
Yeah.
As you look at him, you sense he's being sincere. That what he says, at least he believes to be true. Whether or not it's actually true, he believes it to be true. Is the best you can get with a vigilance roll.
Okay, great.
Now, you're all, of course, welcome to stay here. I'm afraid anywhere you go in Smolandia is going to be hot. It's almost unbearable. I've got a well with water, so you won't go thirsty, but the nights will be most uncomfortable. It is difficult to sleep in this oppressive heat.
Yes, certainly. Jack, a spot of brandy. I think that would quite soothe the tongue, yes?
Yes, well, the Lord did have not much left of that bottle. Perhaps he has another? He's talking about, what's his name, Anders?
Alfred Harnstead?
Alfred, that's it.
And Alfred says, I'm afraid that's the last of my brandy. When I left the ironworks, cast out, if you will, I did not get to take anything of my own with me, and that includes my finances. At some point I will hope to settle up with my brother, but I think it might be in my best interest just to leave this place. There's nothing here but bad memories, but I would dearly love to take my brother away from that woman and take him across the sea to a new opportunity and perhaps a better life.
Yes. In the meantime, perhaps I could give you few of these proper British pounds, and you can make yourself of use and go and acquire for us a fresh bottle of brandy, yes?
Give me a resources roll. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you hand him over some money. You see his eyes grow wide, and he says, with this, I could secure passage for myself. You would spend it on brandy?
Yes, only the finest.
Well, let us drink then to an endeavor soon to be successful. I will go to the store. Please make yourselves at home here in my house. And he pops out to go and purchase some drinks. You've got the run of this place for a while. Yes, Dagmar.
I was wanting to talk to Father Bartholomew for a minute and say, Father Bartholomew, this appears to be some sort of religious mania that this man has got. So could you perhaps, do you think there is any insight you could give to how we might perhaps change this person's religion towards a kinder one?
Oh, yes, girl, I agree that this is some form of mania. Can I make an inspiration?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so you know that that religious fervor and mania is not unheard of. I mean, ever since biblical times, people have killed others in the name of God and done things. You know, even as you read in your Bible, that Abraham was commanded to kill his son Isaac, and he was going to do it until an angel stopped him, and so anyone could do anything in the name of religious adoration or fervor. And the worry is that this brother, August, he could be doing something terrible, such as casting out his own brother, or perhaps even worse. Maybe there's more to this story. But you know it's very, very possible and very likely that this could be part of the problem, is that this woman might be filling his head with falsehoods or nonsense. And one thing that will strike you in particular as you're thinking about this, Father Bartholomew, I want you to give me a roll, either logic or empathy. This is a fear roll. You're going to take a mental condition, and because when you were looking up this woman, Beata Gideon's daughter, you recall that she had heard stories about a monster in the area which she believed to be the devil himself. And I don't want to say what your dark secret is, but do you understand why you might be fearful of that?
Yes.
What mental condition do you take?
I took frightened.
Frightened, yeah. So I think, Dagmar, you would see a frightened look in Father Bartholomew's eyes.
I signaled Blitz to jump up on his lap. I'm so sorry for bringing that up. I didn't realize I would upset you, old man.
Oh, no, you're a kind girl. It's not your fault.
Well, Dagmar, if you want to try and comfort Father Bartholomew, you can do a I forgot. I think it's an inspiration roll to try and recover that, and you get the bonus for Blix.
I get a bonus for Blix, and I get. I also have the Lord's Shepherd, so I can gain another +2, so that would be a +4. Is that right?
Yes.
Excellent. So, inspiration, and then +2. Roll. God damn it, more rolls.
Do you want to
I
push
might,
that?
well, it means that I will have a condition instead of him.
True.
So
Yeah, so maybe not. You tried your best.
I did my best.
Well, despite Blix's soft kisses on your chin, Father Bartholomew, that fear of perhaps what may be in store here lingers with you. A short time later, Alfred returns with 2 more dusty bottles, and he hands them to Montgomery and says, "This is the finest that we have." And as you look at it, Montgomery, you know this is not fine brandy. This is kind of bottom shelf stuff, from where, as far as you're concerned. But it will do. It just won't be quite as nice as maybe what you are accustomed to.
Oh, yes, Jack, dear boy, would you come and pour this for me, yes?
Hi, sir.
And as you pass the drinks around, Alfred tells you of a little bit of the ironworks. The Harrod Ironworks is situated by the Harrod Creek, a few hundred meters from the shore of Lake Haran. The roar of the works and its water-powered ore crusher can be heard from far away. You'll know when you see it, he says. And it's always covered. All of the ground is covered in a thick charcoal ash. The site has been deforested for charcoal. The ground is black with soot, as are the buildings and the 20 or so laborers you'll see working there. There's a blast furnace at the center of the ironworks, and it runs hot day and night, and the heat from that blast furnace will hit you like a great wave. And I think I have a map of the ironworks. Right there. the revival meeting tomorrow night will be in the workers' quarters. That would be the easiest way to gain access. If you just go there and say, hey, I want to snoop around, well, you're going to be rebuffed. And not just rebuffed, but violently pushed away. So I suggest you come up with a plan for how you're going to get in there.
No, they wouldn't dare lay hands on a lord. Oh, no, not at all, good sir.
Might you be wanting to invest in the mine, perhaps?
Oh, certainly, yes. I do like the smell of industry. Yes, it's quite good for the pockets.
Perhaps there's people needing healing there?
Oh, absolutely. The work of smelting is a terribly unhealthy job. Inhaling those fumes, that soot, it's not good for the lungs, you see. Not to mention burns. Why, Swine, the foreman there, the reason he's called Swine is because the entire ironworks smelled like fried pork after he was badly burned in the blast furnace 10 years ago. The burns were severe and left his face and upper body disfigured, but it has left him angry and cruel and mean. He is fiercely and unswervingly loyal to my brother. He is hated and feared by the ore boys, and he has no qualms about beating them or verbally abusing them. You'll typically find Swine at my brother's side.
Boy, that's some dark humor they've got there.
Well, you have to find humor wherever you can when you're working near the blast furnace.
Oh, yes. You see, treatment like that builds character amongst the workers. Your brother sounds like a wise man.
So,
Well, we can.
how are you going to get in? What's your plan?
I think we would be the entourage of our lord here, who's looking to invest. Perhaps he needs the ore for some project in England or something like that.
We're embracing capitalism.
Oh, yes, I've been interested in investing in the railroads. Very lucrative, I've heard.
Yes. Need more railroad track.
Well, I guess you could go in the morning and tell them that you have an appointment. I'm sure that you will meet with some success.
Yes, of course. We'll need to send someone ahead to introduce me. I can't have them unprepared to receive a lord at their small mill here.
Well, who do you propose to send?
Well, I don't exactly know. Someone with a good voice for it. I have a lengthy list that I will provide them with the proper titles, of course.
Well, is this something that Jack might undertake as a servant of Lord Montgomery?
He wouldn't say anything, but he probably looks like he's like bouncing on the balls of his feet right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's certainly eager.
Oh yes, Jack, this would be an excellent opportunity to prove yourself. Yes, I do believe this list will be required, and yes, it'll be good experience for you as a young lad. Yes.
Perhaps send someone else with him as well.
Oh,
it's
Jack
not
can
to be
handle
an envoy.
himself. Yeah, yes.
Maybe the priest. No one can turn down a priest.
You would know that Jack would be a terrible envoy.
Do you take Father Bartholomew with you? Or how do you think that will go over if this evangelist has her hold on the ironworks?
Ooh, that's a good point.
I know Morgan is very suspicious of people, but Morgan is a PI, right?
Yes.
Could Morgan dissemble enough and appear to be also a servant, something like that?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
And does Father Rosenkrantz, do you want to go in your garb as a priest, or do you choose to disguise yourself?
I think I would keep my robes. I could go and keep the boy in check.
Oh, if you can keep up, old man.
Yes, you'll need to be careful, Bartholomew. I don't believe this priest is of the Church of England. Who knows what they could have up their sleeves, yes?
I don't think Bartholomew is from
No.
is of the Church of England either.
Oh, be quiet, Bartholomew. Don't worry.
There's a very famous split from the Church.
Uh-huh.
The Church of England.
So, is that the plan, to send Jack and Morgan and Father Rosenkrantz?
Yes.
And then Dagmar and Montgomery, do you just kind of stay back until they come and say it's all clear? Or do you do something while they're going to say, hey, you're going to have a distinguished visitor here in the next hour?
I think I would stay with Lord Montgomery just in case something comes up there. So I didn't want Jack to go on his own, but I also don't want Lord Montgomery to be on his own. So.
Well, yes,
Also, she might try to keep him away from the second bottle of brandy.
Well, you know, I would quite like a coach ride around the countryside. Perhaps get familiar with the scenery before I'm in the mood for any business dealings.
Certainly, Lord Montgomery. Let's just leave that second bottle there until we come back, shall we?
Oh, don't worry. It settles the stomach and eases the mind. It's good for you.
As morning arrives, you wake up after a rather fitful night's rest. Now, Father, you're going to be able to remove that mental condition after having that good night's, or a night's rest. It wasn't a good night's rest, but it was a night's rest in a safe place. The morning is hot, and already, as the sun comes up, it's only getting hotter. And now, as you look outside the farmhouse, you see just how dry it is. A slight breeze has sprung up, and you can see the dust lifting off of the parched ground. All of the grass is brown and dried and brittle, and even the ground itself feels hot. You can feel the heat coming up through your feet. The smell of decomposing animals is strong, as the weaker members of the animal kingdom have succumbed to this heat wave, and their bodies rot in the fields and along the roads. Your horses look a little worse for wear, but there is ample water here, and they've been cared for as much as possible, but they have had to work hard in this heat. As you head towards the ironworks, we've got Jack and Father Bartholomew Rosenkrantz and Morgan Nocht heading in. When you first arrive, you can hear the sounds of the production. You can feel the heat and see the smoke coming off of the blast furnace. And you can see a man wandering around, ordering around these ore boys. This must be swine. You can see the burns along the side of his face. And he's barking at a few people, cussing and nearly coming to blows with one who comes up to him with unsatisfactory news. And as you cross over the bridge with the mill and head into the main ironworks proper, Swine takes a look at your group and marches promptly up to you, pointing a hand, saying, "You'll taste the flames if you're here for anything other than directions. What do you want?"
Well, Greetings, I come on behalf of, and then he launches into like a minute-long tirade of titles. The esteemed Lord comes on behalf of Parliament. He comes with an offer, an investment. It's not quite directions we seek, but we may enrich you if you just listen.
Investment. Enrichment. And you see him rubbing his scraggly beard. Give me a manipulation roll.
Goodness. Let's see.
Ooh.
Not quite.
Do you want to push that?
That is a question. I would like to succeed.
With 3 dice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a little
helping
eager,
Vaesen?
but-
I can't remember.
Yeah. Can we help in any
Yes.
way?
Yes, tell me how you help. What do you do to improve his chances?
Well, I think since Morgan is a private eye, maybe she has some kind of like documents that look like kind of official, but are just like fakes. But you know, that she uses to bluff her way into things sometimes.
Oh, nice.
And she's like, look, this here, this is a, proof. This is we have money in our accounts and we are ready to make an investment today. But you need to act quickly because this offer is temporary and we will take it off the table, in the blink of an eye.
He holds out his hand for those documents. Give me a manipulation roll with a +2 bonus for those documents.
Ooh, okay. I'll also use the +2 that I got
Your
earlier.
advantage? Okay.
Yes. We're gonna roll all the dice. Oh my god.
Wow.
What the?
8. Okay, yeah, we're pushing that. Come on. Okay, there.
There we
You-
go. There we
wow.
go. Still only got 1. Go ahead and take a mental condition.
These are mean dice today.
Yes, yeah.
He looks, normally when folk come here, they offer a bribe. I don't see any money here for old swine.
You would not want to anger the Lord Montgomery. He is not a forgiving man.
The only Lord I follow is the Lord that begat Adam and Eve and begat myself. I worship no other lords. But I do like a full pocket, and he pats his pocket. Perhaps you've something you can grease the wheels with, and I can take this to the boss. And if you want to give him a bribe, you can make a resources roll. You don't have to.
Sure.
Do you want to do one, Father Rosencrantz?
Yeah.
What do you give him?
I'll
A Bible.
Oh yes, I'll pull out one of my spares.
Has it got some money tucked in the pages?
I'll pull it out and tuck a little gold coin.
And you pass it over to him. He says, "Oh, very nice." And he kind of opens it up and lets the coin drop into his hand, and then he drops the Bible on the ground and says, "Follow me."
Gasp.
Not the
And he starts to walk towards the main office. Do you all go with?
Yes.
Yeah.
As you're headed towards the main office, let's jump back to Montgomery and Dagmar. And I'm going to take us back to the main screen here. So Montgomery and Dagmar, you're out on a carriage ride around the Smolandia. And again, everything is dry and brittle and badly burned. And you come upon a small forested area that hasn't been pillaged for charcoal. And as you are going for this ride, Dagmar, give me a vigilance roll. Oh,
Hey,
nice.
look, you got one from 3
Wow.
dice.
You come around a bend and there is a log laying across the road, and you quickly rein the horses in before they crash into that, which could have ended very, very badly. But your path is blocked with this log, and it's kind of in an area where the road it's kind of an undercut. There's tall sides, so it's going to be difficult to turn the wagon around, or the carriage around here, with that log in the middle of the road. And Montgomery, give me a vigilance roll as well. Do you want to push that? You're sitting in the carriage like, what is this delay?
Too much
No,
brand
all I noticed is that these horses aren't thoroughbreds.
It's tough to examine their teeth from where you're seated, but you can already tell that these are not fine animals. You see movement out of the corner of your eye just before. Oh, come on, let me get it selected here. 3 rough-looking fellows lunge out of the woods and approach, and you can see they're holding pitchforks in their hands.
Oh boy.
And they look at your carriage and its wealth, and they say, "All right, hand us your belongings and you can go in peace. All we want is your weapons and your valuables. We won't hesitate to use violence."
Well, good sir, I am Lord Montgomery, and I shall not be had by some ruffian on the roadside. No, I say, throw down your pitchforks and walk away now, and you might leave with your lives.
And they look at each other, "A lord? Oh, this sounds like a really good haul then. Well, look, your lord, all I'm asking is enough to feed my family for the next, 3 or 4 years ought to do. I suppose you've probably got a pocket watch or something of the like. Just toss it over here, and we'll even move the tree out of your way."
I think Dagmar's going to look at them with compassion and say, "Oh, were you miners once? What brought you to this pass?"
Give me
I mean, I don't mean the pass we're in. I mean the state that you're
yeah,
in.
give me a manipulation roll. They say, "Miners? No. Farmers. But that mine has swallowed up everything around here. It's hungry for wood and resources and men. Anyone that we used to have to work our farms now works there. Because, well, they can afford to pay 'em, and we can't. We've lost our farms, and so now we take up to highway robbery. It's a noble profession, although it shames us to do so, but we've mouths to feed. And I'm sorry, miss, but I'm gonna be needing something to allow you to pass through here. Don't let it come to violence."
I would not want it to come to violence at all, and I have great compassion. We are here to help with the mine. I think we are hoping to close down the evil that is become the mine. But
Ooh.
I fully understand the need to feed a family.
When you say that, give me an observation roll.
Nope,
Do you want to push it?
I might. Yeah, I think I'll push that one because I think that makes sense.
There we go. Nice. Go ahead and take a mental condition.
I think she's angry that these people have been brought to this.
Close down the evil of the mine, you say?
Yes, we believe there is a madness has come upon them there.
Oh, there is a madness indeed. Greed is the madness. Old August, that one. He's a bigger thief than we are. We at least admit it, but he'll admit no such thing. He covets money. He covets gold. He covets everything he can get his hands upon. Why, he he would steal our farms if he could. In fact, it would not be outside the realm of possibility that he and that woman have summoned up some sort of foul heat to drive our farms to extinction so he can have the land.
Well, he sounds like a reasonable gentleman, I'd have to say. Yes.
Are you friends with him?
No, not acquainted. Not yet, at least.
We are merely checking out the lie of the land so that we are better prepared when we go in. We have begun communications there, but pulls at a sort of the high collar on her kind of shirt that she's wearing, and she says, "This heat really is insane. I mean, how are you coping?"
We're not coping. Most folk here that have had more money and sense have already left. They've gone to greener pastures elsewhere across the sea. I fear there's nothing left for us here.
Well, can I toss them? Like, I don't have a lot because I'm always handing stuff out, and most of my patients actually give me things like food and stuff, you know.
Do you give them some spare food?
I could definitely give them some. Well, you know, she's very keen on always having pocket cake,
Yep.
so she hasn't given that habit up.
You hand over some food, and you see the face of the brigand that takes it. You see his face soften, and he mutters something about his dear wife's cake was the best he'd ever had, and he hasn't tasted it for ages. And he stuffs it into his pocket and turns to the others and says, "Look, maybe we let this one go." And
I would definitely, if I've got a couple of coin, I would also give them a couple of coins, and say, we will try to help you, and if you ever make your way to the city of Uppsala, then perhaps seek me out. I am the medic, Dagmar.
Dagmar.
The people on the street know me.
Aye, we will remember this. Now, if you know what's good for you, you'll leave Smolandia. There's nothing redeeming here.
Yes, very touching. Dagmar, can you break a pound? Do you have some shillings? I think I shall be generous.
Yes, surely I can.
And I will fling a few coins out the window.
They pick up the coins and they look up at you with a look of confusion, and again at Dagmar, like, why are you traveling with him? Is this your grandfather? What?
His manner is rather abrasive, but he is good at heart and a very powerful fighter, so I'm glad that today you chose the path of peace.
Well, let us move this log from your path, and may a better and brighter day shine upon you than it has on this land for some time. And they roll that log past and take their hats off and hold them in their hands as you continue along the road in your carriage.
Dagmar needs to roll for deception for saying that he's got a better
Right.
heart than he appears.
Nice. All right, let's go back to the mine. You go into the director's office. Oops, I've got a map of the office. There we go. You go up into the director's office with Swine, and he is looking around for someone, and this red wooden two-story building with a beautiful white veranda is very out of place in the rest of the ironworks, which is covered in soot and ash. But this is both the office and residence of August Harenstam. On the ground floor, there is a drawing room, a dining room, library, and so forth. The second floor has offices and bedrooms. When you get there, Swine takes you into the dining room, and there you meet August Harenstam. And I'll post a picture. Oops, I don't know if that went through. There we go. Meet August. And Swine goes up and whispers something in his ear. And he says, "Oh, what's this about a English lord coming here with a stake, with interest in the company? What is this?"
Morgan turns to Jack and looks pointedly.
I think Jack would, for a second time, rattle out that minute-long list of titles of Lord Montgomery and say, "Yes, on behalf of Parliament, he comes. We are simply his envoy party. He should be here shortly, but indeed, he wishes to invest. He's a man of industry."
Industry. Swine says you have papers, his bona fides. May I see them?
Oh, yes, of course.
And he puts on some spectacles and looks at the papers. And you see him kind of humming, almost like he doesn't approve of some of the things on here. Give me a roll for this. This is going to be a manipulation roll, and you can add the bonus for the for having the papers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I was like, conditions -1, but then I forgot that I pushed that, yeah.
Mental condition.
Oh, no. I should have saved those bonus dice.
Do you want to push that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the whole plan kind of is contingent on this, so... Yeah.
There we go. Go ahead and take another mental condition. Which one did you take? Frightened?
I guess, yeah, she maybe was a little nervous, so...
He's a very... He has an air of being a very powerful man.
Yeah.
And as he looks at this, he says, this looks in order, and I'm not one to turn down an audience with an investor. Although I don't know if I want to invite the English here into the ironworks. I'd like to keep this as a Swedish company and keep the Swedish money where it belongs, not shipped overseas to England. But this intrigues me. I'll tell you what, I'll have some rooms made up upstairs, the guest room. Your Lord Montgomery and you all are welcome to stay here as my guests. And I will meet with him directly. We have a meeting tonight in the workers' quarters, which I am obliged to attend, but I suppose before that or after, whenever he arrives, I would meet with him. I could offer him 30 minutes of my time. And Swine looks at him and nods his head like that's acceptable. And he stands up and holds out his hand. "Is this agreeable? Do you agree to stay here, awaiting the arrival of your lord?"
Well, I do believe that was the plan. Very generous, sir. Thank you. You will not be disappointed.
Yes, of course. And he has Swine take you upstairs. Swine gets upstairs into the hallway, and then he stops and turns and looks at you and says, "All right, your room's just in here. If you need something, ask the maid. If you need me, well, I'm over at the ironworks. But you ain't gonna need me. I'm busy.
Okay.
Stay here, busy yourselves with whatever you want to do, but leave Swine out of it, all right? And if this is something untruthful," and he stares right at Jack, "if you're trying to rob Mr. Harenstam, I'll know. And look, lad, they don't find incinerated bodies in the blast furnace. Do we understand one another?"
I think Jack would just kind of chuckle, like, well, I think we do. You really don't need to worry. He's wealthier than most men in the Kingdom of England. We'll be safe. I think I
Wealthier.
should queened him at this point, right?
Yes, yep. It would have been Queen Victoria. Well, certainly not more wealthy than Mr. Harenstam. Don't be forgetting that.
So in this picture, his eyes are like yellow.
Yes.
Is there something off about his eyes?
Give me a
in
medicine
person?
roll. Do you want to push that?
Very normal eyes.
I'll push it. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Nice. Go ahead and take a condition. Yeah, there's something going on there. It's tough to say. His pupils glimmer like gold, almost like a metallic sheen. At first, maybe you thought maybe it's jaundice, maybe his liver's bad, but no, that's the whites of his eye. This is his pupils, and it glimmers like gold. This is something you've never seen before, but you think it might be a clue.
I'll clutch my cross to my chest.
As you go to the guest room, the maid comes in and sees that all of your needs are met as far as food and drink and accommodations. She points out where her chamber is, and if you need anything, she gives you a bell. Just ring the bell. We'll come and assist you. And you're welcome to spend your time here in the bedrooms, or you're welcome to go down into the library or the drawing room. But please don't go into any other rooms without invitation or without a chaperone. The smoke salon would be approved if you speak with us first. Sometimes Mr. Harenstam meets with others there, and it would be a pity if you were to stumble in while he was having a meeting. So please limit your explorations of the home until you have express permission to go to those places which are off limits. And you've got probably 30 minutes before Montgomery and Dagmar arrive. Is there anything that you want to do in here, or just kind of get settled in? This is also an opportunity, if any of you want to role play that scene where you can get rid of some conditions, you could do that here in the bedroom.
Yeah, I'd like to get rid of a condition.
Anyone else want to get rid of conditions, or someone else can help you to role play that scene?
The father has a condition, right? Jack's got none, so.
How many does Rosencrantz have? Just one?
Just one.
Well, why don't the two of you have a little scene, and so we'll have Morgan and Father Rosencrantz chat in the guest room. And Father Rosencrantz, maybe you talk about what you saw with the eyes.
Oh yes, I couldn't help but notice that there's something strange and unsettling about this man. His eyes, they shine like gold.
Oh, like gold? Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, this is something out of the ordinary. I fear this man has been possessed by an evil entity.
What do you think it wants?
Well, I believe we've been told by his brother that he has taken a certain greed as of late. I fear it has something to do with the mine.
And I failed that roll earlier, so I didn't learn anything about the land. I think Morgan looks kind of like determinedly out the window. Can she see sort of like, do they have a view of the mine from where they are?
You do. So from here, you can see the the way that the mine is set up. Is they take boats out on that lake and they dredge the bottom of the lake. So there's not actually a mine.
Oh,
It's more they
got
just
it.
scrape the bottom of the lake and then they go and they smelt that in there. But you have heard a mention of a mine. I think Swine maybe mentioned something about a mine when you were talking to him about potentially having an investor. But you don't see any mine, just the lake and a rather flat area. All the trees have been cut down for firewood, and a lot of black smoke belching out of the blast furnace.
Is the lake the same one with the cave that the creature was supposedly in?
Yeah, you found that information while you were looking up information on Beata. This is likely the same lake. Lake Harid, which means the army. And said to be over 1,000 years ago, an army defeated some fell creature here, and that's where the lake took its name. And just maybe that creature was a Vaesen.
Just maybe.
Just maybe.
Yeah, I think Morgan is like, do you know how to swim, Father?
Oh, I fear my old bones would not permit me to. Too much physical labor.
That's fair. She's like, okay, well, we might need to teach you just in case things go badly here.
That would be wise, I'm sure.
You're gonna practice swimming here in the guest room, just laying on the bed.
Yeah, just... This is the breaststroke. This is how you do it.
Now just pretend you're surrounded by water. It's exactly the same.
Yes, just like that. She like picks him up, so like moves him around.
Lays him on the bed. Now kick your legs.
Yeah.
Let me have you both remove. You can remove up to 2 conditions each, so that should clear you both of conditions.
Ooh.
Jack, are you doing anything before Montgomery and Dagmar arrive?
I do like to think he probably would try snooping around a little.
Yeah. Give me.
She said we could go a couple places, but he could, just pretend he got lost.
You can give me one of 2 rolls. Observation, if you're just kind of watching the layout of like where people come and go, or investigation, if you're actually going in and kind of peeking indoors and things like that.
Yeah. He'll do observation. He's not, he's not trying to be offensive.
You find, with an observation, as you're just kind of looking through things, maybe you wander down through the through some of the halls down into the library, and you see some of the staff, bustling here and there in the kitchen, getting the start on the evening's meal. You notice in the library there is a copy of Myths and Folk Tales of Smolandia. This would be the same book that Father Rosenkrantz found, and this mentions that that information about the 1,000 years ago there was a beast here and was slain by an army, and then the lake took the name Harid, which means army in the old language. You also notice that there is a bedroom upstairs. So you guys are staying in the guest room, and they've got extra beds set up. This bedroom here is, this larger bedroom here, the one on the right hand side, that is that's August's bedroom. This one here, just kind of below your room, that is the bedroom where Beata, Gideon's daughter, is staying. So she's staying in that room. Do you peek in any of the off limits areas?
Yeah, I think he probably would. Not like, really delving in, but just while he's observing.
Give me a stealth roll. Nice. You can add 1 bonus die to your next roll with that as you go into the first room. Which room do you want to look into first?
He was, I guess, because he went down to the library, so what's like the nearest off-limits place?
So there's the servant's chamber. You could also go into the smoke salon, the office, or the other bedrooms upstairs.
Well, the office is tempting.
Want to sneak into the office?
Yeah, that feels like, Jack's seen too much paperwork lately. It can be important.
Give me... Well, if the door is locked, if you want to get in, you can either make another... you can make a force roll, or it's another stealth roll to get in, but you'll get a bonus die on that if you want to pick that door to the office.
I guess force is too loud.
It would
I'm not
be
trying to
loud.
kick the door down. Yeah. Just see if the lock is easy to break.
Ooh. You managed to jimmy it. This is clearly not your first time breaking and entering. The office is well appointed, and on the desk there's an ink blotter and a few other items, and then there's some desk drawers there as well. There is a picture on the wall of August and Alfred when they were younger, probably when they first took over ownership of the ironworks, and they both look happy and arms around each other. But that doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. There's another picture on the opposite wall of Beata Gideon's daughter, and she is... I've got a picture of her right here. She's a very lovely but stern-looking woman.
Goodness.
She has the eyes.
Very interesting.
She has the same eyes.
Nice little necklace, too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go through any of the drawers?
Yeah, the desk would definitely draw him.
As you look at the desk, you slide out a few drawers, and one has a lockbox in it, probably has money. The other has a journal, and this must be August's personal diary. Do you take a peek?
Yeah, I think it's been a few years since the Lost Mountain saga, so I think Montgomery probably had Jack taught how to read. He would try to commit something to memory.
Let me show you what you found. Oops. Let's see there. I'll post this, and then I'll read it for you. It says, and let me copy and paste this into the chat as well. It says June 23rd. I've done it at last. I made it. I never thought I'd find the cave again, but now my knapsack is bursting with glittering gold. More than enough to realize our dream of an ironworks by the shore of Lake Haren. The ore is right there, waiting for us. Our dream, mine and Alfred's, my dear brother. How many times over the years have we sought the hidden crevice, hoping to find our way back to the cave in the woods on the other side of Haren, where we as boys found the resting beast? Why did I find it this time? It must have been God's providence. The Lord showed me the way when I needed it the most. The merciful also saved me from the beast's wrath. The foul serpent writhed in his sleep, but it did not wake. It didn't see me steal his coins. It didn't even notice me lighting my lantern from his fiery breath. I have stolen the beast's gold and taken his fire. I may be a thief, but stealing from a demon of hell is surely a service to the Lord. Everything will be different now. All of Smolandia shall know the name Harenstam, but Alfred must never know what I have done.
Well,
Give me an observation roll.
oh my. That is a very distracting story there.
You hear footsteps coming down the hallway just outside the office. Do you push
All right,
that roll?
then. Ooh. I mean, I think, well, he knows someone's coming. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what pushing it's really gonna do, but I would like to succeed. Oh,
Oh,
goodness.
you do.
That was observation, so that's a mental.
Yeah, that's mental. You
That
hear,
was a pretty scary story.
you hear a voice. And it says, "The maid said he went down here, into your office. You've got one round to do something before the office door opens, and sounds like Swine is out there."
Ooh.
I think Jack would just burst out of the room, to the, like, you know, making it clear he's heard this voice and say, "Wow, sir, I was told the library would be much bigger than this. This is a disappointment."
Oh. Give me a manipulation roll.
Nice.
That is the scary part.
Oh,
wow.
Wow. You come face to face with Swine, and you say, I thought the library would be much larger than this. And he looks at you, and his one good eye begins to glare at you as it pinches down shut as he's staring at you, his face going red. And that's where we'll take our break. So when we come back, we will resolve that. And we will also have Montgomery and Dagmar arriving at the same time. So I will see you all in 8 minutes.
With two-handed sword, I'm headed to the mountains to rescue the princess from the evil goblin. I ignore all the signs of impending danger because I'm a fighter and not some crappy ranger. 47 hit points and a high dexterity, 17 for strength. Kobolds are afraid of me, crafted from numbers on living paper. I escape from the mundane to a medieval caper. And while in real life my fate is unspoken, doesn't make much sense to me. I think that the DM might be out to get me. A hero in armor and truth, bards tell my legacy. The flame of my torch illuminates the enemy. I win in the battle, hewing foes asunder. The deeper I venture, the deeper I wonder. The bodies pile up before me, the corpses I plunder. The deeper I venture, the deeper I wonder. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a immutable paper. And while in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice in my fate is unspoken. I drink my last potion. I charge through the open gate. The flame of the dragon tried to seal my awful fate. With a handful of dice, 5 times I rolled 20. The dragon goes down, the DM will bloody. I leave with the princess, a satchel chock full of gold. We head to the tavern, where my mighty tale unfolds. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a medieval caper. While in real life,
right, I am back. Are we all here?
Hello.
Yeah.
There's a Luke,
Yes.
there's an Alex, there's a T. Okay, we're all here. Excellent. So where we left off is, Jack, you open the door and come face to face with Swine, and next to him is one of the Ore boys, one of these 18, 19-year-old boys covered in black soot and calluses, and I'm going to drag you all just into an initiative order. And go ahead and draw a card for me, Jack, if you would. So you mentioned, this thing about the library. And Swine looks at you and... Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I was like, they're growing?
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, there is a lake.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You see him look at you, and he leans in. And is going to try to grab you by your collars. So this is going to be a force roll, and you can try to fight back. You can do force, or if you have a weapon, you can do close combat to try to parry that. But he's going to grab you by your collars. Oh, and he misses.
Yeah, I mean, it almost like Jack's still trying to pretend to be like naive as hell, so I don't think he's trying to fight him necessarily. Maybe like get away from him or back up.
Okay.
But yeah, that is true.
So you back up, and he swipes at you, and the Ore boys they don't do much of anything. They just back him up. Get him, boss, get him. And Jack, it's your turn.
So I think he would just step back a little and be like, "Well, sir, I would remind you as an envoy of Lord Montgomery, cue a minute-long title. He will consider an offense to my personage an offense to his. So I don't know what you think you're doing, but I will go cooperatively so long as you don't harm me. Quite unreasonable."
Says, I'm not worried about no offense. I ain't gonna offense you. I'm gonna break you in half. Now get back here.
Well, at least he's been clear.
Let's go to the next round. And you go first, Jack.
Yeah, I think Jack might just shoot him. I feels awkward, but he has a gun.
Now, you do there is a door to a balcony here. You could try and get out. You could try and go through one of the windows. You are up on the second floor, or you can continue to try and talk him down. It would be a manipulation roll.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that has worked. He tried that one. Maybe fleeing is the best option, but broken legs are a problem. A street orphan would know. Yeah, I suppose he would just keep fleeing off to the balcony.
Okay.
That might be the
go ahead.
neutral.
We'll move you off to the balcony, and he's going to tell the Ore boys to cover the exit. So the Ore boys will move up on their turn, and we'll put you more on the balcony. And then he goes into the office to cut off the retreat from there. Let's get you moved over. Why will it not let me move you?
Once he gets on the balcony, can we see?
You can hear all of this going on. There's not a window to the balcony, but you can hear this going on down in the hallway.
Morgan turns to Father Rosencrantz, right?
Yep.
She's like, "Did you hear that?"
I'll turn and kind of look around. Can I hear?
Yeah,
anything?
you could hear Swine's loud voice and the Ore boys, "Get him, boss, get him!" And you know that Jack has gone wandering.
Oh, it
Well-
seems like there's a struggle in the hallway.
Let's go get Jack. It's like, oh, it's a Monday.
If you guys want to draw initiative cards, you can
Yes.
from the 2 crossed swords.
That way you don't have to just shoot him.
And we'll jump to round 3. Well, let's go to round 3. All right, Ore Boys first. They're just going to stand there. They're keeping Jack from just doubling back on Swine. Jack, it's your turn.
Okay, well, I mean, he would just get from the balcony. Is there any way he can see to maybe get down? Although it doesn't really seem very intuitive.
You could try and climb down, for sure. You're definitely physically able to do this. This would be like a force roll to lower yourself down over the balcony. There's like some columns that you could shimmy down.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best option. Lord Montgomery should be here soon.
Within moments, he'll be here. In fact, from the balcony, you can see his carriage approaching right near the mill. He's 2 minutes away.
Goodness. Well,
Do you push that one?
I feel like I'll take a physical condition if I don't push it, so
Right.
I might as well try. He's really giving it a go.
There we go. So go ahead and take a physical condition, but you do manage to get down, and you're down kind of in the main area. I don't know why your token will not move. Can you move? Oh, see, okay.
Oh.
I
couldn't move it to the balcony immediately, but when I moved it into the room and then out, it
And
worked.
out.
That was weird. It might have just been a colliding with the wall.
I wonder if they have walls on here. Oh, that's why they've got walls turned on here. That's why. You managed to get down onto the ground floor. Father Rosencrantz, your turn.
I'll approach and I'll try to reason with them to stop. Oh, he's just a young boy. You know how they get into trouble. There's no need for this violence.
Give me a manipulation roll.
Oh wow.
Do you
I'll
want
push
to push
that.
that one? Go ahead and take a condition. But you got it. Okay. The Ore Boys, they're boys themselves, and they look at each other and they see here a man of God, a religious man, and they actually take a step back from the door. Swine will charge out onto the balcony, and he looks down at Jack, and Swine will spit down on you. He pulls out a revolver, and he's aiming at you, just as Lord Montgomery and Dagmar arrive. As your carriage pulls up just in front of the house, let me pull your tokens out. There's Dagmar and Lord Montgomery. You can see Jack scurrying down this column and Swine holding out a pistol. Montgomery, you see him aiming at your manservant.
Oh, Jack, dear boy. Yes, I see you've introduced me. Yes, why don't you come down here and bring that grimy little urchin with you and greet your lord, yes? I'll need some help getting my things out of the carriage.
Swine looks at you almost incredulously. Give me a manipulation roll, Montgomery.
And he's heard of me, of course.
He has.
At least twice, maybe
Yep.
3 times.
Oh, nice. You see Swine put his revolver away, and he looks down at Jack and says, "This ain't the end of this."
Well, You're crazy, sir. I just got lost on the way to the library. It clearly, you're most unreasonable around these parts.
Swine backs away off the balcony into the hallway. And Morgan, it's your turn if there's anything you want to do.
I think Morgan is just gonna kind of like glare at him and be like, you know, there was more where that bribe came from, but not anymore.
Ooh. Give me a manipulation roll for that.
Man, we're just manipulating.
I know, lots of manipulation.
Manipulation. I'll push it. I think she would be angry that he drew his pistol.
Nice. You guys managed to talk Swine down. Swine takes the ore boys and says, "Come on, let's go get the boss. Tell him he's got a guest with deep pockets." And Swine and the ore boy, they take off down to the ground floor. And Montgomery, Jack is down there to help you with your valise. And
yes, Jack, would you go find one of those grimy little urchins? Yes, have one of them lay down a jacket. I don't want to get mud on my suede shoes.
All the formalities must be.
Yes. In fact, I believe they're genuine calf skin.
as Swine comes down out of the front door as you're saying this to Jack, and Swine snaps his fingers, and one of the ore boys just lays in the puddle, so you can just step on his back and not have to step into the puddle with your suede shoes.
Ah, yes, fine treatment. Good day to you, sir.
You hear the crack of a spine and ribs as you step on that boy's back. You just had to wear like your heels that day. And you scuff your feet like a cat making biscuits on his back for a moment. Oh, it's quite soft. And then step onto the ground as the ore boy gets up, and you are taken into the drawing room where you are to await August. Let me take your 3 tokens there. Father Rosenkrantz and Morgan, are you going to go down to the drawing room as well?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely don't want to sneak around again.
Well, Jack, I trust that you gave me a proper introduction. I trust you with such matters.
I did, sir, though they really don't care much. I admit I did a little snooping, but I quite cleverly convinced them I was not, and yet he still tried shooting me, even after I told him that offense on me is an offense against you. Most grim folk these are, but there's good reason for it.
Yes, we shall make it known to them that the Montgomery estate is not to be trifled with. I will make it quite clear. You've done well, my boy.
I think Jack would wait until the ladies have rejoined us to share what he found, naturally.
Now, Jack, you have a physical condition and a mental condition. You've got a few minutes while you're waiting here. Dagmar, do you want to try to maybe patch him up a little bit? He had a bit of a scare. He was dangling off of a balcony railing.
Yeah, I think Dagmar has a lot of fellow feeling for Jack, both have been, orphans, so, and been down on their luck at some time, so, definitely. So that would be a
medicine roll, if you want to do physical, or inspiration if you want to do a mental condition.
What would he prefer? Does he look physically hurt, or does he look more shaken?
He probably is trying to, he's frightened, but he's trying to pretend like he's not. He's just huffing and puffing. He looks tired.
All right. Okay, I will roll 4.
Nice.
Yeah, got it.
So you can remove that physical condition.
Phew, thank you. They were protecting something. The rumor about the lake, it's supposed to be true according to the Alfred's brother. He says he found it specifically in some cave on the other side of Haren. I don't know if it's true, of course. It seems ridiculous, but that was in his journal.
This is a terrible place. I mean, we met farmers out there whose whole livelihood has been stolen away by this mine. And she's angry still about, she goes on a little rant about inequality of wealth and so on. Maybe she could get rid of her mental condition because she's still angry about that. She can calm herself down.
Yeah. In fact, if Jack wants to maybe do a little inspiration roll on you, he might be able to help you with that.
He would love to try.
He's not great at it, but he can try to repay the favor. And no, he does his best, but as a child of the street, no one looks out for yourself better than you do, and so you take some time with what you've seen, and despite Jack's best attempts, this is going to have to be something that you do for yourself, by yourself.
I stay angry. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. After a few minutes, the maid opens up the door to the drawing room and announces that Mr. August Herenstam will now meet with Lord Montgomery. And as August comes in, he is very much on his best behavior when he comes in, as though he's trying to show that he is of equal caliber, or at least wealth profile, to Montgomery. He looks a lot like his brother, Alfred, but he's more heavily built, and he has this splendid full beard. His forehead is constantly covered in a sheen of sweat, and his eyes have that golden glitter. He wears a fine suit, although it's a bit charred along the edges, and even now, during the daytime, he has with him a lantern. And the lantern is lit. He seems very kind. He's very generous with his words to Lord Montgomery, and says, "Let us dispense with the small talk. What is exactly your offer? What is your intention here? I was not aware that I was selling any shares or any interest in the ironworks, but I would be a fool not to listen."
Well, you
Jack.
just go ahead.
Sorry, he's supposed to be crazy, but he doesn't seem very crazy to me, aside from the yellow eyes. Can I assess him in some way?
Yeah, give me a vigilance
Just how
roll.
batshit is he?
Let's do a vigilance roll. Or, sorry, observation or vigilance. You can do either one.
Okay, I think I'll go observation. Oh, got it.
Yeah, you can tell that he is not well. He looks well, except for his eyes, but you can tell that he is under a great deal of stress or strain. And you've seen similar people in this condition, and it has often been tied to religious fervor, that they get worked up into a state of mind where they almost detach a little bit from reality because they're so focused on something religious. It doesn't have to be, a Christian religion, but it could be, Eastern philosophy, monks that might meditate for days at a time or things like that. But that likely mentally he is dealing with some strain.
I guess my eyes to the others and keep my tone really calm as much as I can. I'm going to leave the talking to Lord Montgomery at the moment, but I could say I attend Lord Montgomery as his medic, but perhaps there are those of your ore boys who could perhaps use some treatment while we remain here.
Oh, they're under the care of my man, Swine. He tends to their needs. He ensures that they are all in tip-top shape. I need them strong of backs and strong of minds so that they can work the ore for me. But thank you very much. We've everything well in hand.
I couldn't help noticing that he has a very terrible scar. It must pull at him greatly. Perhaps I have an unguent of some sort that could loosen the skin a little for him.
You see his eyes kind of darting left and right, like he's trying to process the word unguent. Like, is that what yeah.
An ointment.
Ah, yes, ointment. A lotion, yes.
Yes.
I don't know that he's one that would accept your offer, but by all means, you're more than welcome to see what you can do. One hand helps the other. You do this for him, and perhaps we do a favor for you.
Very well.
And
I look back to Lord Montgomery for the negotiations.
he says that if you want to go see Swine now, he should be in the hot house. You'll find him over there with the where they're smelting the ore. It's very hot in there. I'm sure it makes his scars itch something terrible.
Morgan, perhaps you will attend with me.
Yes, of course.
I don't want to take Father Bartholomew with us because I think he's already kind of come up against, or Jack, who've both come up against him already, so...
So, Montgomery, what is your proposal to August?
Oh, yes, certainly. You've heard of Carl Magnusson, a dear friend of mine. Any man in industry in Sweden would know of him. Yes, you've heard the name.
Yes, I heard of the trouble at his mine.
Yes, well, you see, since being introduced to his area of expertise and industry, I myself am interested in investing in some ironworks that I might start building some railroads. Yes, very lucrative, and I believe your mill is just the place to start.
Railroads, you say? That's not a bad idea. I could transport the ore more easily. We ferry it across the lake. The nearest station is down there. I'd never thought to build a railroad here. Tell me, what percent of ownership are you looking at?
Yeah, something small, say 50% or so. Yes, partners.
Oh, no. I'm afraid we couldn't do 50%. And you guys sit down and begin to negotiate terms. He's definitely interested. You notice that he asks you repeatedly about exactly how much, and what are these figures, and how much will this cost me, and what will my profits be. He's very driven by the money, less so by the inconvenience that this might cause to the local farms, because just throw the railroad through those farms, it'll be just fine, but more so how this will benefit him. And he converses with you for about 20 minutes or so before he pulls out a beautiful gold pocket watch, and it twinkles in his hands, and you see that same twinkle in his eyes as he says, "If you will excuse me, I have another meeting to attend to. Perhaps we can work up some agreement after the revival tonight. You are, of course, more than welcome to attend. In fact, I suspect that your priest here might learn a thing or two."
Yes, certainly, and one moment I'll pull out my gold pocket watch, yet it has platinum encrusted on it, and I will check the time and see that, yes, I suppose that after your little meeting there, that I could spare another 30 minutes or so.
Give me an observation roll, Lord Montgomery. You see his eyes flash with covetousness as he looks at that pocket watch, and he holds out a hand. May I see that? May I hold it?
Well, certainly, but before I do, I would like to ask a favor of you. You seem a reasonable man. Your servant, Swine, was most undignified to my dear servant here, Jack. If we are to continue business negotiations, I'd have to ask that a formal apology is issued from him.
Oh, servants will do as the servants will do. I suppose I might talk to Swine about not being such a naughty boy. I don't know that an apology will be forthcoming. I don't know that he knows the meaning of the word. But if you let me have this watch, I think I could make those arrangements.
Oh, sure, I have several back home in England. This is mainly just the one I use for traveling, but you may have it, of course.
Several, you say? And he takes his watch and he sets it on the coffee table in the room, and he takes your watch. Oh, this is very nice. And he fastens it to his pocket and puts it in his pocket. And as he is stuffing it into his pocket, a servant, one of the oar boys, comes into the hallway and says, Sir, one of the boats is on fire. And his eyes flare wide, and he says, If you will excuse me. And he steps out of the room following the oar boy outside. And you can already hear alarm bells as someone's out there clanging a big cast iron bell that there is an emergency going on out there. Montgomery and Father Rosencrantz, you are alone in the room. Do you do anything before I jump to someone else?
Could I maybe pick up the watch that he left behind and inspect it?
Sure. Give me an observation roll. Yeah, this is not ordinary gold. There's something different about it. It's you've seen a lot of gold being in the churches. Much of the ornamentation is gold, and gold signifies an eternal nature as it does not tarnish. But this gold has some sort of strange patina to it that you do not recognize. But you do recognize that this feels really good in your hand, and you almost want to just keep it in your hand. You're almost reluctant to set it back down.
I think maybe I'll put it in one of my coat pockets.
Okay. What about Montgomery?
Yes, Father, now that we're alone, why don't we do some snooping? Yes, I believe now is the time we could go through his papers.
Oh, well, I suppose so.
Now, Father Rosencrantz, you know where his bedroom is, or where Beata Gideon's daughter's bedrooms are. Do you want to go snooping there?
That might be a good idea, yeah.
And Jack, you're with them, or did you go with Dagmar and Morgan?
I think Jack would be following his master at this point.
Okay. Let's go to Dagmar and Morgan really quickly. As you head out towards the blast furnace, it's easy to find because it's so hot. There's just a wall of heat coming out of it. Getting close to it's like walking into this sweltering sauna. And you see a jet of blue flame coming out from the top of the furnace, and sooty workers are shoveling crushed ore into the hearth, mixed with charcoal and limestone. There's bellows powered by a water wheel that blow air into the hearth through an opening at the base of the furnace. And on the other side of the base, molten iron and slag are tapped into the cast house and cast into ingots in open molds. You can see several ore boys working the blast furnace, likely around the clock. There's a few up in the charging hole and a few at the base monitoring the bellows. And as you get close, it will require both of you to make a force roll to even approach the blast furnace.
Okay.
Nice. And Morgan, do you want to...
I'm going to pick Blix up.
Yeah, in fact, Blix he's picking up his paws, like the ground is just incredibly hot.
Yeah. I'm going to kind of tuck him into my jacket a little so he can put his face inside one side of my jacket to keep his face protected.
Now, Morgan, you are physically unable to get any closer. However, give me an observation roll, or excuse me, a learning roll.
I'll learn it. Okay.
That blue flame that you saw coming out the top, that is unnatural. It suggests that the fire is burning hotter than should be physically possible. There's something unnatural about this hearth. It burns hotter than would be possible given the materials that they're using in here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As you are studying this, Dagmar, you and Blix go in, and you see Swine in there, and he's ordering some of the ore boys about. Excuse me, his face just glistening with sweat. And he turns and looks at you. Hey, you shouldn't be in here.
I don't want to be in here, but your master sent me to see if I could soothe your scars. I am the physician of Lord Montgomery. My experience and skills may be very valuable to you.
Soothe my scars. And you see him licking his lips as he looks you up and down.
Duh.
How are you going to do this?
Well, I have an ointment here. Willow bark, feverfew. It contains many soothing things. It actually has laudanum in it. And if I can get it on him, I'm hoping it will make him feel a little bit euphoric and perhaps not be quite so feisty.
He takes you over to, it's not even a chair, it's a crate. And he sits on the crate and says, go ahead and put some on, but be gentle. Big Swine here likes a soft hand.
Of course he does. Of course you do, sir. So I carefully layer it on. I'm used to touching bodies that are not the prettiest. I'm fine to do this, and I carefully lay it on and put quite a lot on there. So here, is the pain going? Do you feel the skin beginning to soften?
His scarred skin it's almost baked hard like pork rind on like a piece of rindy bacon. As you run your hand over it, it's like the rind on a cheese. It's really hard and tough. And you start to massage it in, and you can hear him almost panting like Blix, breathing heavily through his mouth, and you can see saliva pooling around the corners of his mouth, and his fat bulbous tongue just sticking out slightly with saliva.
You had to bring the tongue into it. Okay, yeah, but she keeps her face very stern. She can do this. She's done this sort of thing before. There's many a horrible suppurating sore in this time. So she's very good at. She's hoping like heck that she can actually make him at least mildly euphoric.
Give me a medicine roll, and you can add a +2 bonus to that.
Okay. There's one.
Oh god, that's all you needed. Just one. He starts to lean back against the wall, and you see his breathing begin to deepen as he's taking deeper, more relaxed breaths. And he turns and looks up at you, and he reaches up a hand almost to grab your wrist, but he misses and just swats at the air and looks at you. That feels really nice. But
yes,
Swine has burns all over. How much of that ointment do you have?
I have enough, but perhaps later when you are not here in the heat, I would not like to cook your skin, your tender areas.
Yes. Later, after the revival.
Yes, after the revival. I hope that it helps you to feel better. Now I must go and seek my lord.
As you begin to walk away, he does reach out a hand, and he grabs your wrist, and as you pull your hand away, he lets his fingers kind of trickle along yours as you separate from him, and it's just a very uncomfortable touch. It's not a pleasant feel. His hard, calloused hands that have probably beaten more workers than they've helped, as he just paws at you like a bear pawing at another bear.
I just take one of his fingers. I sort of slip my hand out of his hand, and I just kind of take one of his fingers and sort of shake it a little as I was shaking his hand. I will see you after the revival, and I get out of there.
Nice. As you walk away from him, that's when you all hear those alarm bells ringing as well. And ore boys come running in. Fire! Fire on one of the boats!
Hopefully Swine's not going to be too obviously off his face.
Yeah, Swine pops up and begins to stagger towards the door. And you see him taking wide steps, and he pauses and steadies himself, and then he charges through the door and out into the yard. And as the door shuts, you're left there with the ore boys, who also begin to leave their stations to go and get firefighting equipment, buckets and shovels and things like that.
Is there anything I can see? I don't know very much about what the normal workings would be here, but is there anything unusual that I can see? Anything useful to us?
You can see that from here, it leads over to the cast house. Give me a learning roll. Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
You can see that you can walk from here into the cast house. There are some iron ingots stacked in against the wall, and these look to be of very high quality, almost as though there are no impurities in them at all, which is odd because doing so would require significantly higher temperatures than what is typically possible with a forge like this.
Right, so I don't know what Morgan's seen yet, that
Right.
she's seen the blue of the fire, but is there any value in taking an ingot?
Sure.
Sure, right, I will pop an ingot in my pocket. I mean, I'm wearing, I'm a little bit of a suffragette, so I'm not wearing stays and things like that, but
Right.
I've got enough layers on that this is really starting to get too hot for me in here.
Yeah.
So I will take an ingot, pop it into one of my, maybe that's my doctor's bag, and then I will head out.
Now, let's jump. Well, actually, when you go out, you can see. So, just south of where you are, there's the lake. And you can see a huge barge on the lake. It's probably, maybe 90 feet or 30 meters long, and it's just ablaze. And there's ore boys that are leaping off the lake, and you can tell that the lake's not deep because they're standing and the water goes up to about their mid-chest. They're leaping off of the barge and just kind of watching in horror as this thing burns up. And a few of them are taking buckets and splashing water on it, but you can tell there's no way they're going to get this thing put out. This barge is just going to burn to the ground. And you can see.
I will say I will show the ingot
to Morgan.
To Morgan and say, "Here is one of the things they have created. It looks very pure to me."
Fascinating. How hot was it in there?
So hot. I'm so hot.
Ooh, yeah, it's the flame was blue, which is not normal.
You think perhaps greed is pushing him to perhaps refine the ore more strongly than he needs to?
That would make sense.
Let's jump to the other members that are still in the house that are going to go snooping. Where do you want to go snooping?
Well, should he return, I will need to stay here in the office. Is there a gramophone in here?
There is.
Oh, yes. Jack, would you mind putting on something and perhaps pour me a drink while you and the father go and do some investigation? I shall keep a vigilant watch for us.
Well, if you're sure, sir, then I will leave you to it. After, of course, doing the prerequisite. I don't imagine that they're going to have some happy music here, but
It's
something
mostly like Swedish, like folk music. A lot of it's very lively, and then there's a few more militant march sounds. One of them is like the Napoleonic marches, and the label is from Paris. Like he's brought things in from other countries in here with his money.
Nice. Perhaps the Lord might like one of these martial songs. Might remind him of his cavalry days.
Yeah.
Yes, a good choice, Jack. Very, very good.
To the father, I think Jack might say, "Well, I've done enough snooping on my own, but it might be worth looking into the guy's wife. Something weird's going on. They've got those eyes."
Yes, I've seen their eyes. There's something strange about them.
You want to go into his room or into Beata Gideon's daughter's room?
Her room, maybe?
Her room. I need a single stealth roll, and either of you can roll it. Whoever probably has the highest stealth, and the other person can grant one bonus die. So I'm assuming that's going to be Jack, but I don't know.
That's decent. He's got 6.
Yeah, it's gonna be you.
And add 1 to that.
Father wears nice dark clothing. That's good.
Nice. You manage to make your way to Beata's bedroom, and the door is locked, but you've already managed to pick a lock in here, so any of the doors you'll be able to get into. You get into this room, and there's a Bible on the nightstand, and it looks as though she has very few other personal belongings in here. Give me a vigilance roll if you guys want to toss the room and look for anything that she might have hidden somewhere. Do you want to try that too, Jack, before
Yeah.
pushes are made? Do either of you
Okay.
want to push that?
Jack's already frightened, but he's been interested in this room since he came here, so I think he's definitely invested. Oh, close.
Oh, I was watching that last one rolling and hoping.
How about Father Rosencrantz? Are you going to push that?
Nice.
There we go.
Yes.
Under the bed, you find a small trunk, and inside the trunk is a dagger. It's a blade, or the blade is made of black glass. And let me see if I can find it.
Whoa.
Where did that go? Right there. It's made of obsidian. Oops, that says from Dagmar, but that's from me. It's also a very old book entitled Lexiconum Draconicum, and this would be a learning roll to try and read this. It's in Latin, which I'm going to say for our priest, you would be expected to know Latin, so you can add 2 bonus die to this.
Cool.
Jack wouldn't even try. No way he knows any Latin. Nice.
Nice. It's medieval. It's ancient. It's very hard to read, but it seems to be about dragons. And it says that dragons are among the most horrible creatures in existence, but fortunately they sleep for hundreds of years at a time. When a dragon wakes up, its energies can affect an entire region. Dragons are very greedy and cannot tolerate anyone stealing their treasure. A human who comes into contact with a dragon's gold can be afflicted by dragon sickness and become as greedy as the dragon itself. The curse can be broken by separating the person from the treasure for at least a few hours. Dragons can breathe fire, read minds, change shape, and twist the vision of their victims. They can, however, be appeased with the appropriate gift or sacrifice. They are also sensitive to obsidian.
I think these people are being afflicted by this dragon sickness, Jack.
And Jack,
Yes, that must be the beast.
as you look at Father Rosencrantz, you notice Father Rosencrantz's eyes are beginning to glisten with a golden hue.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't.
Because I took the thing.
Yep. And I mean, is that a freebie or is that something Jack wants to roll for to find out?
That's a freebie.
Well, because Jack was there with them, so
Yeah.
I think he might connect the dots and,
And
say,
you
"Well,
guys have kind of talked about the eyes, and then now you see it in Father Rosencrantz's eyes.
yes, Father, there is a beast, and well, Alfred's brother, he wrote of stealing a treasure from it. It's gold, I believe, and is that watch not so?"
I suppose you're right, boy.
Yes.
Could I take it out of my pocket and maybe separate myself from it?
Yeah, give me an observation roll.
Wow.
You take it out of your pocket, but boy, you don't want to put it down. It feels right in your pocket or even in your hand, and you look at Jack, and almost like Bilbo, it's like, why should I give it up? You know, this is mine. I found it.
It is such a nice watch.
Well, Father, woe be to me to try to disagree with you, but
You can push that
I-
roll if you want. There
Oh,
we go.
nice.
So, Jack, how do you convince, and go ahead and take a condition for that, how do you convince Father Rosencrantz to put that down?
Yeah, I think Jack, being fairly naive, he would just go for the first thing he knows about the father and just say, "Well, I think that is cursed, and I think anything like that is no friend of your god, the god. I believe, well, maybe you should pray."
Good
Oh, that is a
one.
splendid idea, my boy.
And as you pray, you can hear the alarm still clanging outside, the shouts of the Ore Boys. What do you make of that obsidian dagger?
Shiny, looks real nice.
Well, I think if we needed to destroy this dragon, I think this would be quite useful.
Have to be brave to get up to a dragon with a knife.
Now you know that this lake is named after the army that supposedly put down this beast, but clearly it's not been put down. If it took an army, do you think that you could do it yourself?
Perhaps it just fell asleep and then people claimed it for glory. Maybe they just exhausted it enough for it to slumber, but it is there and it is alive.
Do you want to check out August's bedroom as well?
Sure.
I will take another investigation roll to toss his room. And you can both roll that.
Oh dear.
Do either of you want to push that?
I don't imagine it's dark. We've got a lantern that could help with investigations of the dark, but I don't think it's dark.
Well, if you're looking like under the bed or something, I would say you could use your lantern.
I think perhaps Jack could just try to help the father really look by using the lantern, or give the lantern to him if that's how it works. But
Do you want to push that roll, Father?
Oh, nice.
Got it. Go ahead and take another condition. I think you're at 3 mental conditions now.
Yep.
So nearly broken. But you do find something. You find a couple of loose floorboards under his bed. And as you open it up, the floorboards, you find a locked strong box. That this thing must weigh over 50 kilograms, over 100 pounds, 120 pounds. To move it would require a successful force roll. You could also pick the lock, would require a stealth roll. Now, Jack's probably better at both of those.
sorry, what were the rolls?
Either stealth to pick the lock or force to try and lift that heavy thing out of the floor.
Oh, yes, if you'd give me a crack at that, I think I'd like to try it quietly.
Nice. When you pop that open, you see that it contains thousands of ancient gold coins of a kind that you've never seen before. That these coins must be hundreds of years old, if not older. There's symbols and inscriptions in strange and ancient languages that predate much of written history.
Should have guessed he took more than a pocket watch based on his notes. It's what's funding this place.
Yeah, there's probably maybe $1 million worth of gold in this box in that time. It would be tens of millions of dollars now, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, that money is trading hands, and there's going to be a very angry dragon eventually. This region is not looking good.
No, I think we ought to return this treasure from whence it came.
I think any wise man would seek to do that, but whether they really can is another thing.
Lord Montgomery, down in the basement, August comes back in to the room and says, well, I'm afraid that's a total loss. Don't let that frighten you on your evaluation of the offerings that we have here. And then he looks at the table. I swore I left my watch here. I came back for it. I hate to ask you. You don't happen to have it. You didn't pick it up, did you?
No, sir, of course not. I don't know what happened to your watch. I believe probably one of those little ore boys came by. Who knows?
Well, let me just check around the table. And he gets down on his hands and knees, very undignified. And he's looking under the table and under the chairs. He actually moves your leg aside to look under the table, and as he gets up, you can see he's got almost a frantic look on his eyes, and he's sweating profusely. No, it has to be here. The ore boys aren't allowed in this room. They wouldn't come in here. I'm sorry, sir. Do you mind if I just feel your pockets? And he reaches out his hands to touch your pockets. Do you permit?
No, I assure you, sir, I haven't have your pocket watch. No, I don't know what happened to it.
Well, would you do me the honor of turning out your pockets? I'm not suggesting anything, but perhaps it fell into your pocket. Maybe you thought it was yours.
I empathize so much. Like when you lose your keys or something, and you're just desperately trying to find them. Anything.
Very well, but know that the numbers that I will be willing to give you regarding these banknotes from the Bank of England, indeed, they will diminish the more that I am inconvenienced, yes.
Yes, whatever, Bank of England, whatever. It's that watch. It's sentimental to me. While this is happening, upstairs, you guys have that treasure of gold in that lockbox. What do the two of you do with that?
Well, so I mean, this is a lot of gold, but it's like carryable. It's not like a
It would take a
room full of
force
gold.
roll. Yeah, take a force roll. You two could team carry it. Only one of you would have to roll, and you could have a bonus die on that.
Well, I'm happy to try and carry it, but I think we should figure out what to do with it first. Maybe take it, hide it, rendezvous with the Lord, and go from there. But, well, I'll follow your lead, Father.
Well, I think now that we know where it is, we ought to regroup and figure out a plan from there.
Now, you did read something in that Lexiconum Draconicum that the dragon curse can be broken by separating the person from the treasure for at least a few hours.
Did the father grab the obsidian knife, by the way?
I thought you grabbed it. Or did we leave
I
it
didn't.
behind? Oh, okay, so I guess we left it behind then.
I will assume one of you grabbed it. I'll put it back in the chat, and so one of you can...
Yeah, if Jack saw that the father didn't grab it, he probably would grab it, but he wouldn't just take it. The father found it.
Okay, cool.
So let's do a force roll to get that chest out of here. And do you take it down through the main floor, or hopefully not spotted? There is kind of a nice diversion going on with that fire.
Yes. You are right, Father, about rendezvousing, but I do think now might be the best time to get it out while they're distracted.
Is there a good place we could put it? Like, or outside might be better?
Maybe we could drop it out a window, maybe. Hang it on a rope or something, and then come back for it later. It's probably pretty damn heavy.
Yeah. I don't know. We could push it out a window, I guess. Like, hide it in, like, the bushes or something.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea Jack could come up with.
Give me a force roll to get that up to the window and heave it outside into the bushes below.
It's giving me a damage for some reason. Oh dear. Oh shit. Please.
Did you add a bonus die for the... Oh, you did.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you still managed to get it out the window. You go ahead and you'll take a physical condition. But when it hits the ground, it breaks open. That's the result of the failure. And it actually smashes. You try and you're hoping to get it like into the bushes, but there's a nice little overhang that hangs out like a rain gutter sort of thing. It clips that, and there's a loud crash as it hits it, and then it smashes into the bushes with a very loud thump. Montgomery, you hear this loud noise coming from the rear of the house, and as you're turning out your pockets rather fitfully in front of August, he hears the crash, and he looks in that direction, and then his eyes grow wide, and he says, "If you will excuse me," and he makes to...
Before he does that, when I hear the crash, could I start thumping my feet and in tune to the march that's playing? Ah, yes, very good part of the march, yes.
That's a manipulation roll, and you can add a bonus die to that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. With 5 successes, yeah, you absolutely buffalo him. So you're stomping your feet, and he stops and looks at you and just starts to laugh. Oh, sorry, I thought that was something else. Yes, it's lovely song. Where were we? Oh, yes, my watch. The servant, and he snaps his fingers, and there's a bell in here. He goes and clangs the bell loudly. And Lord Montgomery, you watch with perhaps amusement as the maid comes in, and he accuses her of theft, of stealing his personal property, demands that she bring turn out her pockets here in front of you, and she is just embarrassed as can be that he would accuse her of such things. What does Montgomery do, seeing this behavior from August?
Yeah, he's quite mild. Back in England, if a servant was thought to have stolen something, we would have taken much harsher treatment. I applaud you, sir. You're quite kind to your servants.
He sit back with your cigar. Give her the back of your hand. And he's roughing her up a little bit, just grabbing at her, checking her pockets and accusing her of stealing things. You can tell he's getting a little bit irrational, or maybe a lot irrational. And he's starting to hyperventilate. He's breathing very heavily. Now, the two of you upstairs, you just dropped the gold out the window with a loud noise. You're sure that alerted the attention of everyone. What did the two of you do?
Well, sorry, Father. I would have thought he'd put his valuable hoard in a more secure chest. That's on me.
Oh, no worries, my boy. I guess we'd better get back now.
Yeah, so Excuse me, I've heard it. We want to make sure the Lord is safe.
Now, where did you guys leave that watch?
I believe it was when you found the lockbox under the bed with the book and all that.
Yeah,
Is that when?
in Beata, Gideon's daughter's room?
Right.
Do you leave that there?
No, I think maybe I would try to throw it down with the rest of the treasure.
Do you touch it?
Could I take out like a handkerchief or something? And...
Yes.
Great.
You take a
Good
handkerchief
idea.
and pick it up and fling it out, and it feels warm against your hand, almost like it's very comfortable with your touch, but that handkerchief prevents that full skin contact. And as you let it go, you feel a release, as though you have just let go a heavy weight from yourself. You guys make it downstairs, and you can hear shouting coming from the drawing room as August is berating his maid. In Montgomery, you can hear the sounds of the march, and Montgomery kind of stomping his feet to the march and clapping along. What does Father Rosencrantz and Jack do? Do you go into the drawing room? Do you go out to try and find what happened to the gold?
I think Jack would probably try to avoid him because he's got a pistol and a knife on him, I think. So having to turn out his pockets might be problematic.
Right.
I think it would be a good idea to maybe go cover up that box of gold.
Well, do you want to try and get it away from the house, from the ironworks? Or
It'll take time to gather it.
It would take time.
We don't know how far away it's got to be
Right.
before it starts to take the effect off, so it's probably worth it. If he can move around the mine while the gold's still in there, then it doesn't need to be further away.
Yeah, it may
probably.
need to be miles away.
Oh,
Yes,
You do have a carriage, is here.
true. Like the father said, it might be best to try to return it, and that would be far, but yes, it wouldn't be easy.
it might help if we were all together to talk about and to try to
Right.
do that. Yeah.
So maybe around
Maybe-
this time, maybe this is when Dagmar and Morgan come back from the furnace, from the blast furnace.
Yes, that makes sense.
That would suit well.
Is the first thing that the first thing that Dagmar sees is Father Rosencrantz looking very jangled.
Yes.
Can I use my +2 to inspiration at this time, my advantage, to also try to heal him as much as I can?
Yes, absolutely.
She can see, she takes his hands and she says, you are a man of faith, you will be all right. We just need to stay together and keep it together.
Oh, you're right, Dagmar. I thank you for these words. They enlighten me.
Give me that inspiration roll.
Okay, so I've got the Lord's Shepherd, which gives me a +2, and then I've got my extra as well.
Oh my
You
gosh.
can't, you just couldn't even believe it, could
Wow.
you? Would I only be healing him of one condition, or would I have
It's-
managed to
it's-
get more?
It's however many you get. So if you get one, it would be
Okay,
one
so
condition.
I
If
will-
you get three, it's
I
all
will
of them.
push it. I will push it. Because I feel like I've got a chance to get him. There we go. There's one.
Nice. So you
That
can
gives
remove-
me a condition.
You guys can trade.
Yeah. So I took frightened. I don't like the look in the father's eyes. It worries me.
The August, after being confident that the maid did not steal his watch, he says, "Swine! Where's swine?" And he begins to leave the house. Doesn't even excuse himself. He just pushes past Dagmar and Morgan as you walk into the room, as he's going after swine.
okay.
Swine took the watch.
I say to the others, I gave Swine some laudanum in an ointment, and I actually feel that perhaps he may notice that there's something going on with his foreman, so we may need to, what's been going on in here?
Oh, good. Well, there's a pile of cursed gold outside and a broken chest scattered across the ground that is cursed by what we believe to be a dragon.
Oh.
Right, so what are we going to
Dragon.
do? What do we have to do?
The father would know best, but I think it's the book said that we had to get it away from them.
Yes, I think our best course of action is to return this gold to the dragon that lives under the lake.
Somewhere there's the cave that the two boys found.
It was robbed. I believe the letter said where. I don't think he actually took it with him.
Is the priest's eyes, are they still...
No, that has
Okay.
faded.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the
Well-
the letter from August's diary just said he found the cave again. It's on the... he sought the hidden crevice, hoping to find his way back to the cave in the woods on the other side of Haren, which is the lake.
So he threw the gold out the back window. Can we get the wagon around to that side?
Absolutely.
Lord Montgomery, what do you suggest? Should we go? Should we try and return it?
Is Lord Montgomery with the group, or
Yes.
is he still... Okay,
Yep, you're with them.
well, I think that it's likely best to do as the father suggested.
So if you want to load up that gold, it's going to be another force roll. And it's just one for the group. And whoever wants to roll that can, but you can add a bonus of 3 since you have... The biggest bonus you can get from help is 3. So we have enough people helping. You get a +3 bonus on a force roll.
Got a 5.
Yes, Jack, lift with your legs.
Jack got...
I think Jack's equal to you because he's got a 6 with a condition. So
Okay, well, what about Morgan?
0.
Oof.
Oh, okay, so Jack it is, I guess.
that seems reasonable. He would definitely be like volunteering. Yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely help.
So with a +3.
He's tough as nails.
Nice.
Oh, close. Jeez.
Just enough. You load the gold up into your carriage, and as you do, you can see that the fire is just about out on that barge on the other side, or in the middle of the lake. And as you get this loaded up, do you leave the property now, or do you linger? Do you go in search of that cave?
We go in search of the cave.
I believe so.
reckon.
Yeah. We got that amulet thing from. We got it back, right? You grabbed it with the handkerchief.
Yes. Yep, that would have been tossed down with the rest of the gold, so that would have been picked up.
Perfect. Yeah, I think the cave then.
But importantly, before we leave, Jack, go and fetch me a spot of port, would you, before we go? I'm a bit thirsty from all this heavy lifting, yes.
As you stood there and supervised. And
I'm sure there's some in the drawing room.
Montgomery, give me an observation roll as the carriage takes off towards the far shore of Lake Haren.
Oh, look.
Do
Heaven
you want
dice.
to push that?
No, I think Lord Montgomery has already started to drift off into his afternoon nap by the time the carriage pulled away.
It was quite tiring watching us picking up all that gold.
Yes, indeed.
As you head around looking for this cave, it's not going to be easy, but you have a general area of where it might be. That is going to take an investigation roll from the group, and again, one person can do it.
Ooh, investigation. I have a 3.
I have a 5.
Dang. All right, yeah, you.
Oh, I've got a -2. Forgot about that. Sorry, everybody.
Well, do you want to push that?
Yes, I'll push it. Ugh.
Take extra conditions?
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, so I've got 3 mental conditions now.
It's been a stressful day. Night is beginning to fall. You know that revival is probably going on right about now. At least that was the plan. But to still continue to look will require now an observation roll, and we can do 1 for the group. And it's going to have a penalty of 1 on it. Because it's
I nudge Monty and wake him up.
Oh, yes, I'm on alert. Don't worry, my vigilant eyes would miss nothing.
I think he's got the best empathy anyway, as far as those scores go.
Is this inspiration?
Observation.
Can we help?
Yes.
Jack would certainly be trying to help.
Yes, where we could all be looking. I don't know, maybe Morgan has a better observation score.
There we go. We got it. Montgomery, with your eagle eyes, you peer around and you see an area with where the trees have. There's a gap in the trees, like that could perhaps be a cave. And as you get over near there, you see that the terrain it's rather steep and rugged, but there it is, a small crevice behind a large boulder in the forest. It's time to descend down into the darkness. Is there anything you want to do before you take the gold down there?
Well, I've got 3 mental conditions. Does anybody want to have a little chat as we're trotting along in the wagon?
You can also
Jack's got
use your
2,
memento. So if you guys want to spend a minute to... Because this...
Yeah.
Who knows how dangerous this could be? Maybe you spend a minute saying, like, are we sure we want to do this? And you can spend some time with your memento kind of hyping everybody up.
Okay, great.
Could be a dragon down there. Who knows?
It could actually be a dragon down there. So that will...
Dragon.
You will recover 2... conditions with your memento.
Fantastic. I'm still angry.
And that can be for everyone, because no one has used their memento yet today, so everyone would be able to do that. Let's go. Let me grab these and go here. And let me activate this. After a short climb, you find yourselves in a deep natural cave. It is pitch black down here, even during the day. The heat rises the farther into the cave that you go. The sharp stench of sulfur invades your nostrils, and there's something that sounds like breathing. Some distance into the cave, someone has carved the letters A and A Anderson into the stone, traces of the brothers' first visit here many years ago. You press on into the mountain until finally reaching the dragon's lair, a large cave 50 meters across with 20 meters to the ceiling. Resting on a large heap of glittering gold, you see... One moment. Got some artwork.
Whoa.
You see the dragon. Even though, resting on a large heap of glittering gold is a giant reptile with large wings. It makes no attempt to hide inside its own cave. Its breathing is so heavy it makes the walls quiver, and flames shoot from its nostrils with every exhalation. Beyond the dragon is a dark flooded tunnel which would lead out to the lake. Over centuries, the water has receded enough to allow the dragon passage through there. Now, the sight of this dragon is terrifying. All of you must make a fear test. This is at level 1, so either a logic or an empathy roll.
I will also grab Blix and hold his mouth closed because he will not be afraid. Okay.
Oh boy.
And you can push this if you like. So Morgan and Jack and Father Rosenkrantz. Lord Montgomery is not okay. And neither is Dagmar. Do either of you two want to push that?
I failed twice.
Okay. And Montgomery, did you push yours or no?
No, I'm quite angry. Got some muck on my calf skin.
So as I kind of mentioned at the very beginning of the game, they changed the rules slightly for fear in the new revised Vaesen book. So the way that it works is now you undergo a period of being terrified. And when you're terrified, normally, or not normally, with the old rules, you would roll a 6-sided die, and that's how long you underwent the consequences of fear. But now it's a little different. So now, when you become terrified, you suffer a number of mental conditions equal to the fear value, which was 1. So Dagmar and Montgomery, you each take 1 mental condition. And then, while you're terrified, you can choose one of 5 things. You can flee, which means you use all your actions to flee. You can freeze. Your body refuses to move, rendering you immobile. You can't perform any actions. If you can faint, your body goes limp, and a veil of darkness descends over the world. Or you can go into a frenzy. You attack the nearest hostile person or creature. So you can decide what to do, but then every turn you'll make another fear test, and once you succeed that, then you're no longer undergoing fear. Otherwise, you stop being terrified when the scene ends. So Dagmar and Montgomery, do you want to flee, freeze, faint, or frenzy?
I think Dagmar would freeze.
What about Montgomery?
No, this place is no place for a gentleman. I shall flee back to the safety of my carriage, yes.
I forgot my brandy as you
Oh,
quickly
no.
trot off down the hallway. Perfect.
So I pushed, so I actually took another condition, so I'm 3 mental conditions again.
So 1 away from being broken.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. The dragon does seem to be asleep. As you move through the cave, it's going to take a stealth roll not to wake it up, and that would be for everyone that wants to move deeper into the cave.
Oh boy.
We're just trying to get the treasure, right? You don't gotta move that deep.
Now, are you guys carrying the treasure with you?
Yeah.
I suppose that was the plan, yeah.
Let me have
Yeah.
you each make an observation roll.
Oh dear.
Alright, so observation. So Morgan and Father Rosenkrantz, you look over at Jack, and you can see Jack's eyes glinting gold. And at first you think it's a reflection of the mound of treasure that the dragon is sleeping on, but perhaps it's something a little more. Jack, you now feel a compulsion not to let go of this gold. So what does Father Rosenkrantz and Morgan do? You look over and you see Jack, and he's kind of frozen. He's still moving, but he's clutching maybe sacks of gold to his chest.
Jack, snap out of it. Come on, keep moving.
Give me an inspiration roll. Morgan.
Oh no! Why was I the one?
Whoa.
Oh,
Nice.
Whew. My goodness.
Jack, you look over at Morgan and blink a few times, and she's asked you to keep moving, and you don't see any reason why not to. She hasn't asked you to put the gold down yet. As long as you're holding that gold, you feel okay. You could probably keep moving.
Yeah, I think he would keep moving.
Let me have Dagmar and Montgomery give me either a logic or an empathy roll to see if you can break your terrified state.
Can I say that because my hand clamped down on Blix's nose too tightly when I froze suddenly that he nips my fingers and that gives me my +1 for
Yes.
the game for
Yep.
my pet?
Yes. And Montgomery, you come to your senses. An Englishman would never run from something like this.
It's true. I am representing England, and I can't let him down. No.
So your terrified state is over.
Oh, pure
Oh,
luck.
nice. Blix comes to the rescue. You are no longer frozen, Dagmar.
Thanks.
What is Father Rosencrantz doing?
I suppose I would just be trying to move the gold further into the cave to put it back with everything else.
That's going to take a stealth roll for you to approach. If you fail, you will awaken the dragon.
Oh no. Can I push that?
You can push it.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh boy.
As you begin to step forward, one of the coins falls out of the bag and splashes in the little bit of water here inside the cave. With that little plop, Fireheart rises from the treasure mound, towering with his wings over all of you, who suddenly feel very small. In a thunderous voice, he asks, "Who are these mice that come into my pantry?" And now all of you must do another fear test. This is, fear value is 2. So logic or empathy. And you need 2 successes or become terrified.
Well,
So Montgomery, you'll become terrified, but you'll only take 1 condition. Same with Morgan. Same with Jack.
Oh, because you needed 2.
You need 2. Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
I'm frightened.
Dagmar failed and can't push without breaking anyway, so...
So you'll take 2, so you will become mentally broken. What about Father Rosencrantz?
I also failed.
So you'll take 2 mental conditions. So Dagmar, you take a critical. Let me roll on the critical table here for a mental critical injury. Please don't be.
Well, she's not going to get a... Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, it can't be that.
Let's see, where are we?
We're gonna crush him again.
Paralyzed. That can't be bad, can it?
Sorry.
Okay, let me drag that onto your sheet.
Right next to a big dragon.
It's perfect.
Mhm.
Where's that? Paralyzed. It's not fatal. It's a defect. Your investigation will have a -1, so not a huge deal. But you are broken. So you can see that Dagmar needs help. Dagmar can do very little. She can move, but actually you're terrified. So in fact, I think everyone's terrified. So all of
Yep.
you need to decide: do you flee? Do you freeze? Do you faint? Or do you go into a frenzy?
Well, we did bring the gold back. We could just dump it and run.
You could.
Can we?
You can.
It seemed like it was hard for Jack to do that, but
Oh,
then
for
someone
Jack.
dropped
Oh,
some
yeah,
gold.
yeah,
so-
Jack, you're...
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
He
else
won't.
could, but Jack, you're gonna struggle with that.
I think Blix is going to wriggle out of my arms, which is suddenly not working very well, and perhaps we'll go running towards the dragon and bark at the dragon.
Ooh.
And maybe that will snap Jack out of it.
Give me an inspiration roll, and you can add a die for Blix.
I've got nothing.
Come on, Blix.
Come on, Blix.
He did
His
it
ankle!
once. He can
Get
do
him,
it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Blix rushes forward, unafraid of even this mighty dragon. As the
That's a
dragon-
terrier for you.
Oh, the dragon towers over Blix. There's ash and smoke pouring from the dragon's nostrils, and he begins this deep-throated laugh, and it feels like the entire cavern is going to fall in over your heads. Montgomery, what are you doing? Fleeing, frenzy, fainting, or freezing?
Yeah, Montgomery's quite frozen, quite offended to be called a mouse. No, sir. Heart of a lion, yes.
What about Father Rosencrantz?
I think he would freeze as well.
Okay, what about Morgan?
Huh. I think she's also frozen. It's a big dragon that's talking. Like, I don't.
Oh yeah, you almost want to see this out because it's like I'm never gonna have a chance to see this again.
Yeah. It's like, whoa.
And Jack, you could let go of the gold if you want to. You need to either freeze, flee, frenzy, or faint.
I just have to hope that letting go of the gold speaks for itself, like, because none of us are capable of speaking right now. Yeah. So I guess he'll just drop it, but he won't flee. He'll just freeze as well.
You drop the bag of gold at your feet, and coins come clattering out. And as you do, the dragon says, "Where did you come by my gold?"
So none of us can talk?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, we're just
You're all
frozen.
frozen.
Yeah.
Says, "Interesting." I forgot you were all frozen. he leans his head down and he's sniffing at the gold. "Yes, you don't smell like those two boys who snuck in here and stole this from me. But that's not all they stole. They stole my fire to light their forge. The fat one took it from me in a lantern, lit his forge with it. That I cannot allow." You can all make another logic or empathy roll. And those of you that succeeded last time just need one success.
Do we take another condition?
No, you don't take any more conditions.
Well, if you want to get it back,
Oh. Jack and Morgan, you both come to your senses.
Well, we're here for you. Yes, we brought this back from the brother. It's benevolence. We didn't know about this fire, of course. Great one.
but I have seen it. I know where it is.
Will you quench that fire?
Yeah.
Cast it into the lake. Let it be gone. I cannot abide it being stolen from me, used for ill purposes. A dragon's breath is one of the mightiest forces in nature.
It will resist us.
It keeps the center of the earth warm, you see, for I am not the only dragon. Without us, you would not have water to drink. It would be but ice. Without us, you would not have seasons. You would not have the movements of the continents. You see, we are part of nature in all of its splendid glory. We give to you, do not take from us. I wish for one last thing. I wish for you to bring me the boy who stole my treasure. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, Jack kind of looks at Morgan like this is not going to be easy, but
Yeah, they both like look at each other.
You hear a voice behind you saying, "I am here." And you turn and see August walking into the cave with his lantern.
Oh, handy.
But there we go. Then yeah, we can.
it's a thief. So greedy, he would confront you.
I came to seek those that stole my gold, but I see they have given it back to you. And let me have those of you that still are frozen make another empathy or logic roll. As August comes in with the lantern.
We're just trying to right your wrong.
My wrong saved my family. Oh, Montgomery and Dagmar are still are still out, and Father Rosencrantz.
Damn.
So Jack and Morgan, it might be up to you two.
Oh, okay.
Hasn't saved anybody. You're a slave to your greed. Look at you.
I'll be taking back that gold now.
I think Jack's just looking at the dragon. Like, you really gonna take this?
Like, I don't think you are.
Just step aside from August.
Jack, give me an observation roll.
I think he's got one. Yeah, let's try it.
I think Morgan points at the dragon and is like, his name is Fireheart.
Is the fire that he has in his lantern the dragon's fire, or
Yes.
is the forge?
No, so what happened is he came back into the cave when he found it, stole some gold, and then he lit his lantern with flames from the dragon's nostril. And he
Okay.
used that to light his forge, and he's been using that dragon fire. That lantern has never gone out. It's always been lit.
Okay.
In fact, from that lantern, Jack, you don't see this in time, but you see him lighting something that is sparking now.
Oh boy.
You might recognize this as a bit of fuse. And there's something dark in his other hand, and it looks like it could be a little cask of gunpowder.
This one.
Morgan, what do you do?
Can I shoot him?
You can. Yeah. Let me drag him on here. You can go ahead and make a firearms roll. Since he's holding a lantern, he's got light on him. That's going to give you a 1 die bonus on there, and he can't dodge because he's busy lighting this cask of gunpowder on fire.
He is occupied, you know?
Nice.
Yes.
So that will do 2 damage to him. Are you shooting him? Are you shooting the lantern? Are you shooting the powder?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I feel like the dragon wants to deal with him, and I don't want to make the dragon mad. So maybe she'll shoot the lantern in the hopes that it just kind of fire out
Okay.
like, onto him.
You hit the lantern, and it explodes in a burst of fire. Normal fires would just go out. This one does not go out. It bursts all over him. You see his arm go ablaze like kindling, and black smoke pours off as his clothing and skin and flesh is seared down to the bone. With all of his strength, he hurls that cask of powder, and it lands right about here as he falls to the ground, thrashing in pain. Jack, might be up to you. You see this cask of powder between you and Fireheart. What do you do?
It had a fuse.
Does have a fuse.
I don't know that Jack necessarily saw that at first, but maybe he noticed
You would
that.
see
It might
it
be
now,
worth...
for sure. You would see this cask with about a 18-inch length of fuse that's sparking and burning.
No boy.
Yeah, I think he would just try to... I think he would probably try to spring on it, because no matter what happens, this dragon is the scariest thing here, and we want to be on his side. So
yeah.
Jack is trying to help. He's a servant. He would probably try to cut the fuse, although, you know, little hard to do, high pressure situation.
That's going to be if you want to try and cut the fuse.
He does have that obsidian knife.
Yeah, you could use the obsidian knife. That would be a stealth roll, or you can. No, actually, yeah, do a close combat roll with the obsidian knife. Let me equip that. If I put the little star on it, then I think it shows up on your main thing.
I believe I've come to my senses. I should like to flee now.
There we go. Now it should show up on the main. Yeah, if you want to make a roll with that obsidian knife, Jack, you can. Oh.
Nice.
You cut the fuse. The dragon freaks out when it sees that obsidian blade. Takes a step back and says, "No! Get that away from me!" And as he staggers back, his wings out, the buffets from the wind as he steps back nearly knock you off your feet, but you do get the fuse cut. August is writhing in mortal pain as he is burning to death on the dragon's fire. Let me have Montgomery and the others that are still frozen make one more logic or empathy roll.
Whoa.
Oh, nice. Dagmar is back in action. Father Rosenkrantz is still frozen. And so is Montgomery. Dagmar. This could be
I
it.
would like to start fleeing. No longer frozen.
Yeah, you can switch to flee if you want. Dagmar, what do you do? The powder is no longer lit. The dragon's a little freaked out at seeing the knife. August Harenstam is dying. The gold is here. Can you broker a deal with the dragon? Oh, Tina, are you there?
Sorry, I was muted.
There we are. Sorry. What does Dagmar do?
I'm going to say, Blix, Jack, we didn't mean to take the knife out. We were helping, and August's still on fire, right?
Yes.
Does that count as bringing the flame back? I could say, like, we will put out the flame at the mine, or we'll put out the flame at the refinery. We promise. You must keep us alive so we can do that.
Ooh. He stamps about. Jack, you pick up that knife. The dragon stamps about and says, "You have 6 hours before I incinerate the town."
We can do that. We hope.
Reasonable, yes.
Yes. Very, very, very reasonable, sir. We will get onto that straight away. People? Is anybody still frozen?
Montgomery was, but he switched to flee and he fled down the passageway.
Yeah, right. And Father Father Bartholomew's okay?
I think I'm still frozen.
Yeah, still frozen.
Yeah, so can I kind of take his hands and start trying to pull him backwards with me?
Yes. Yep. Anyone that's frozen, someone else could help them move.
Yes. Is anybody else frozen? Is Morgan still frozen?
Nope, Morgan's good.
Good, alright, so it looks like it's just
Just the father.
When you get back, you see Montgomery sitting impatiently in the carriage.
Yes, that dragon was quite rude. Called me a mouse, he did. I should not like his company again.
You're just staring straight ahead like, let's get back. You make it back to the ironworks, and Swine is passed out from the laudanum. The ore boys, without Swine there to boss them around, they have gone and they're swimming in the lake and enjoying the evening. You've got free access to the forge. Dagmar, how do you put out the fire?
Is there a thing I can turn or something? Is it being burned by gas, or what's it actually burning on?
So there's charcoal in there. You could bury it. There's buckets of sand and dirt in here in case they ever need to put out fire that might set. So it would just take time to bury that.
Yes, I say to Jack, "Come on, Jack, help me. Let's get this buried."
You got it, man.
Once it's out, he can't replenish it again because
Right.
he's
Yep.
on fire. I mean, we didn't exactly save Alfred's brother, did we? Whoops.
He's gone.
Oh.
You walked past his rendered fat and blistered skin remains on the ground as you fled up the crevice.
Okay. All right, so we've put out the fire, and I guess we might say something to the Ore Boys.
Yeah,
well.
What do you say to the Ore Boys?
I say to them, "This mine is closed forever. You need to go back to work on the farms. Hopefully the heat in the local area will settle now that the dragon's fire is not so concentrated here."
Indeed, that is what happens. So Fireheart goes back to sleep, and the heat wave that has blasted Smolandia begins to lift. The threat has been averted for now. As the temperature drops to normal, the rain returns and the land recovers. Alfred is saddened to hear of his brother's demise, but glad that Smolandia might be redeemed yet. And he thanks you for all of your troubles, and you take the long journey back to Uppsala, happy in the knowledge that you've been able to help someone, but also curious about where else these dragons might reside. And that's the end of Fireheart. That could have been so much worse. I'm glad you guys didn't try to fight the dragon. So let's do experience points.
Dragon.
So did you participate in the session? That's 1 point. Did you confront a Vaesen? Yep, that's 2. Did you identify a previously unknown Vaesen? Yes, that's 3. Were you affected by your dark secret? I'll let you decide if that's the case.
No.
Did you take risks to protect other people? Yeah, you protected everybody by going to return the gold to the dragon, so that's for sure. That's 4. Have you learned anything? You learned about the dragons and that there's a dragon in the center of the earth, so that's 5. And then, did you perform an extraordinary action? I don't know that anyone did anything extraordinary. I would say 5, and then 6 if you were affected by your dark secret.
Let's not forget when I risked my calfskin in those caves. Yes.
True. And so then you can spend 5 points to increase to take a talent or to increase a skill will cost you 5 points. Now we will also get a chance to do some stuff with the castle. Let me see if I can find the thing for that. So for the castle, did we play at least one scene at the headquarters? Yes. Encounter a new Vaesen? Yes. Visit a place of magic? The dragon, yeah. Were you subjected to magic? Yes, that was the dragon sickness. And then did you solve at 8? So 5 points to the castle as well.
Excellent.
So does anyone need any assistance with any updates, or you just want to bank those points?
I put my inspiration up by 1, since it seems that mental healing is going to be important.
Oh, and that reminds me, back at the castle, you need to see if you can recover from being broken. So let's do that. So, So you will add, yours was mental, so you'll add your logic and empathy together and roll those. Actually, I think if you go down under conditions where it says mental and there's like a cube, you click on that and that's your mental recovery roll.
Here we go.
You need at least one, or you'll still be paralyzed.
I watched it. I watched it say no.
Now,
So paralyzed doesn't mean that I can't move, right?
No. Let's see. I think, do we have an upgrade? I think we might have an upgrade that might help with that. Let me look. Is it the infirmary? Oh, no, that's to push physical recovery rolls. Well, we have the house physician, the doctor. Oh, okay. So the function of the doctor automatically treats broken and 2 conditions for all player characters. That will treat your broken. No, so the paralyzed. It's not a permanent one, so I don't think we needed to do that actually.
Oh, okay, great.
Let me look that up here. Yeah, it's not permanent, so I don't think that is anything on there. I think that was just for the remainder of the session, so I'm going to take that off of there. Perfect. And then you'll be able to heal up all of your conditions and your broken as well. So you took inspiration with your experience. What about Montgomery? Did you take anything?
He actually took inspiration as well.
Nice. What about Jack?
I did have a question. Does the amount of experience you have to use change by the level of your skill?
Nope.
Like 2 to 3, would that cost more,
Nope.
or is it just 5?
It's always 5.
Then I think cutting the fuse of that bomb, I think he would put one in close combat. Yeah.
What about for Morgan?
I think I'd like to take a talent from the academics talent that knowledge is reassuring.
Perfect. You can just drag that onto your sheet. And what about Father Rosenkrantz?
I put 1 in stealth.
Excellent. All right. Well, that was awesome. That was fun. When I read this one, I thought, oh, this would be a great one to do. And I love the fact that there's a new Vaesen in there that's not in the book. The only place you find it is in the Seasons of Mystery. So, excellent. Hopefully you all had fun as well. And I need to get some more Vaesen up and running so we can keep going with these characters. Any questions?
I was sure we were going to have to fight swine, so I hope.
Oh, yeah.
I
love the way that you got around that.
Oh, yeah.
We had it in for Jack. He was going to throw Jack into the furnace.
Yeah, that was
man.
crazy. He was real insistent.
Any questions before I stop the recording or before we sign off for the night? Awesome.
I like that one shot, though. That was good.
That was fun. That was
Yeah,
a
oh,
really
yeah.
good one.
Cool.
Awesome.
It's
Thanks,
very
everybody.
Vaesen-y.
I'll get some more one-shots up and going, and then as soon as they have the new campaign module on Foundry, I'll get that one up and going, and hopefully we can keep the group together, because I think this is a fantastic group. So,
Yeah.
great for Call of Cthulhu, great for Vaesen, any sort of investigation. You guys just have such a good knack for it. So,
Yeah.
I will see you all
We missed
tomorrow for Call of Cthulhu.
Well, we did miss the dragon's fire, though. Like, we could see that it was bluer and everything, but we didn't. So that was one that Morgan and I missed. We
Yep.
didn't get why
Yeah,
that was
just like,
happening.
ooh, super hot fire.
Yeah.
But that's why it was super hot. So,
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I will
Well, thanks,
see you
everybody.
all tomorrow for Call of Cthulhu, and let's do some more Vaesen again soon.